Good morning, Europeans. Good night, Americans, and I don't care about the rest of you. No. but hi, it's me, June. I'm back this morning.
If Harry Potter goes
company,
back to
the
Hogwarts,
of you who are still
he will
awake
be
or
in
lurking.
mortal
But
danger.
yeah, just a quick reminder before SL starts here to donate to our charity this year, the Trevor Project, which works with suicide prevention for LGBTQ youth, as well as educational stuff for the parents and educators to use. I can't speak, it's still early for me, but I'm grabbing a coffee, so should the rest of you guys who are just waking up. But yeah, now we are about to see, let me double check that I have that right. Yeah, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets on the Xbox, 100%. So I'm actually really excited about this. This was my childhood favorite game, and I have 100% of this so many times as a kid. And I even did this as a speedrun. It took me 5 hours, but it's going to take SLS 3.5 hours. Maybe even less. And he's also currently the first place holder. So if this run looks fun to you, then you can keep playing it. We need more Xbox runners, 6th gen runners. So, you know, if it looks fun, talk to SLS with me after. And yeah, I'll give it up to you.
Cool. Yeah, I'll just add on, if you think this run looks fun, then there's something wrong with you. No, this is a great game. I'm going to get into it because there's tons of really long cutscenes in this game where I can talk about the game. So I'll just give a countdown from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Obviously, the timer on the screen is fairly useless because it's we actually time the 6th gen games with loadless timer because Xboxes are stupid. And some people have massive... Anime has loads that are like 3.5 hours quicker than everyone else's, so it's easier to just time stuff loadless.
Welcome to the burrow, Harry.
Yeah, so we start off obviously in the burrow, which is where the book starts, clearly. As we all know, the book starts with Harry arriving at the burrow. There was originally meant to be the cutscene of like Dobby appearing and being like, Harry Potter must not go back to Hogwarts. That fun cutscene. But it didn't end up being in the game. But we will maybe see some of that after this run in the debug showcase. So stick around.
Except you,
yeah,
of course,
anyway.
Harry.
So 100% is getting all the wizard cards, all the potion vials. You have to win the House Cup and the Quidditch Cup, which is easy.
Well, I'm not sure.
I don't think you can lose the House Cup at all because the other houses lose points if you lose points. Quidditch Cup you can lose, but it's harder to lose. It is possible because Quidditch is stupid in this game as well.
When you're ready, we'll meet you in the barn.
But yeah, so we just make our way through Burrow. There's 4 cards here. On these, so those little pop-ups you see, they sort of give you info on how to play the game. It's like, oh yeah, use this to open the menu. Use this to cast spells. This is a Bertie Bean. But if you open the menu while those pop-ups up, it makes the pop-up go away, so it's slightly quicker than pressing the A button. I think on GameCube that actually barely saves any time at all because on GameCube it has a lot of lag. So on GameCube it saves like a couple of frames, but on Xbox the menu's a lot quicker.
They're heading for the garden. We'll meet you out in the
The Dobby 6th gen model was just like top notch. It sort of exists in this game. Sort of.
Number 3.
So we get cards here. I'm not Sammy, so I won't be able to tell you what every card is because I do not have that knowledge.
Number 1.
That's Merlin. I know that. Number 1 is always Merlin.
Harry, we'd like you to meet our washing machine.
Huh?
Dad tried
And then
charming.
this effect
Now
that we
it's
see from
anything but
inside the
charming.
washing machine
This is a good opportunity to
is
practice some dueling.
actually not on the GameCube
Dueling?
version. It's
And
only on the
watch
Xbox
out when the
version because
washing
apparently
machine
it's too
opens
taxing
its
for
door,
GameCube,
and
I
keep
guess.
moving around it in
Who
class
knows?
Pendo when the door is open.
And then this is our first RNG, so we got bad RNG there. Yeah, we got bad RNG. So the washing machine has 2 attacks. We'll see the other one here. Yeah. So what you want is you want it to do that sort of like charging up a shot and then shooting out your attack. And then after that, you want it to do a ramming attack, because you can get a double hit if you do it on the charging shot. 'Cause you can shoot it with a shot and then get hit by the washing machine, which then makes it then go back into doing its letting you attack it phase. But we got really bad RNG there because we got the two slower attacks, and then we also got the charging attack, which takes longer. It makes sense. There is a task strat you can do where you hit it at a certain time and it gets a double or triple hit, but it's not very easy.
Mum will go mad if she finds any gnomes left in the garden. Look.
But now we get introduced to maybe the best mechanic in the game, gnome tossing, and you will grow to love gnome tossing as this run goes on. It's the best mechanic in the game. It's the most fun thing in the game. I can't see any opportunity in the future where gnome tossing may become annoying or stupid or strange.
Spin it round and chuck it over
None
the
at all.
low wall.
I bet you can't throw a
But this gnome tossing is fairly easy because you just have to get the gnomes out of the garden, and then if you beat the high score you get a wizard card, so we'll be doing that as well. But there is another card up here.
Number 59, Gregory the Smarmy.
And then there's always two gnomes running around in this garden.
You need to do better than that.
And then there's the one on the fence, so you can have 3.
You'll never beat my record.
Hopefully that hit the other gnome. And the gnomes always spawn from this bush over here. Always from that bush. Okay, I'm going to try and get the high score with this one. I did an extra spin just to be safe. You can do that in 3 or even 2, but may as well take it safe. I had my coffee about 2 hours ago, so that I'd be awake for this run. But it's worth it because this is a cool run to show off. There's actually some people who are watching may have played the PS2 version of this game. It's similar. It's very different, but it's similar. It's sort of the base is the same, but a lot of the stuff is very different. And there's actually a glitch you can do after that gnome fight that makes the game stupidly quick. It makes any percent for that game about RTA about 50 minutes faster than Xbox and GameCube, even though Xbox and GameCube have much faster loads. No whip. The PS2 version you have to hit the targets for cards, but not on this version. This version is just beating the high score. The targets do nothing. They're both at distance away where if you hit them you get the card anyway because you beat the record.
The whirling made him feel sick. He closed his eyes, wishing it would stop, and then he fell.
I'm also not running split, so I won't know how well this run goes, but I'll have to retime it loadless after. I just didn't want to take up all my CPU running the loadless timer. Anyway, so now we're done with the burrow. We're at Borgin and Burke's. There's a save scroll. We will use those later. The lag you see sort of like sometimes before a cutscene starts, the game will lag a lot, and that can also change between console as well. I think out of the active runners, or people who have been active runners recently, I think I have the longest lag between 4 cutscenes, which is very annoying. Hopefully that gets fixed soon. But yeah, we have this cutscene where Lucius Malfoy's like, oh, the Ministry of Magic are coming to my house. I need to hide some stuff. I need to give you some stuff. They might find this Lumos spellbook, and they can't find that. Because Lumos is, I don't know, either like Lumos is a bad spell to know, which makes no sense because they teach it in school, or he's embarrassed to have the spellbook for it, which also makes no sense because he has a son who's in 2nd year of Hogwarts. Who knows? But yeah, this is how we learn Lumos, by Lucius Malfoy being a bit strange. Sadly, it's protected by a magic hand, but we can deal with that fairly easily because his hand hits you if you're running, but if you move while dodging, it can't hit you. You're meant to like sneak really slowly, but you can just dodge like that. You could do the same here to get away from it. But now we know our second spell, Lumos. I should probably... So how the game progression works is that every single day you get like task lists that you have to complete. And you have to do all the tasks on the task list to complete the day. Like, you can't skip them, and you have to get them to be visible on the task list. So actually the only tasks in Borgin and Burks are grabbing the Lumos spellbook and going through that hole, so all of this stuff actually isn't on the task list. But anyway, we have our first actual glitch coming up now. So boxes can be a bit funny. That's not going to work. There we go. So, those boxes, you're not meant to be able to jump off them, but if you climb up onto, like, the very edge of the box, I think it's like a couple of pixels, you can then hold an angle and get a jump off the box. That just allows us to skip having to put that imp in the cage. And it also means that there's meant to be a cutscene here where Hedwig flies down. But we skip that as well because this game's cutscenes tend to work in like a progression series, so like some cutscenes are connected to other cutscenes, and if those cutscenes don't play, then future cutscenes can't play. You'll see that a lot later in one of the spell challenges.
Thanks, Hedwig.
There is a skip you can do here, but it doesn't save time at 100% because we have to grab cards. But at 80% you can use like a ladder clip to save 7 seconds. Now we're back to actually getting cards. We should have 5. Yep.
Number 98, Dimphner Firmage.
On PS2 the card's there instead. It's on this side. But now we just sort of have to try and get out of here. Those pop-ups are really annoying. Some of them work based on events and some of them work based on place. So for example, the one right at the beginning, after the second cutscene in the game, that is based on it activating after the cutscene. So if at any point after the cutscene you open the menu, it will skip it. This one is based on where you are in the room. So you have to wait for it to pop up before you can skip it. So they're harder to save time on. Yeah, we're going to get the last card in this section here. Also, my lag on these cutscenes is appalling at the moment. There's, how many are there? Over the game, there's 101 unique wizard cards, but we collect 109 because we do some trading later. But there are 101, and you have to get all 100 to get the last card, which is obviously Harry Potter. But now we are out of Borgin and Berkston into Diagon Alley. And obviously straight away we're going to head into another super long cutscene. Fun times.
Harry!
This cutscene is skippable.
Harry,
But this cutscene gives you a sickle, and it's the only way to get a sickle to be able to buy the book to upgrade your spell power. So if you skip the cutscene, you can't buy the book, so you can't progress, so you have to watch the cutscene.
Would you like me to go and look for them?
Also, Ginny, for some reason, is wearing Gryffindor robes, even though she hasn't been put in a house yet. She's just decided that she will get Gryffindor, so she will wear the Gryffindor robes.
Spells grade 2 from Flourish and Blots, and a new potion bar from Mole Peppers.
Well, let's all go to Flourish and Blots then. Oh, and you might need this. It fell into the heart when you used the flu powder.
Thanks,
Mrs. Weasley.
Come on, Harry. Let's go to Flourish.
As you can tell, all the characters move very naturally. They were very natural body movements. Now we get to watch Harry be a bit of a creep. Yep, you stroke the air, Harry. But yeah, so now we have a sickle, so we can go and buy the Standard Book of Spells Grade 2, which allows us to cast more powerful spells, as you will find out in the dialogue. But it essentially means we can do things like destroy barrels and stuff.
How much is this book?
The Standard Book of Spells, Grade 2, by Miranda Goshawk. Ah, now that would be one sickle.
I'd like
I'd
to
like to buy that, please.
Thank you.
You'll notice we're playing in
Knowledge
English.
contained in this book
Other
may
languages
be
may
able
be
to cast
faster.
more powerful
I haven't
spells.
timed it, so that sounds
Here's
like
a helpful
effort.
hint from the book just for you. Build up the
Yeah, I
power
mean,
in
so
your
the cutscenes in different languages are exactly the same length to the frame. The only thing that would change is
Don't
these like
overpower your
dialogue
spells,
sections.
or you could end up in a
So
spot of
someone would have to
trouble.
go through and time all of them, but it wouldn't save a huge amount of time anyway, especially on 100%. Like 100%, you have enough RNG to deal with anyway that dialogue length isn't going to make much of a difference.
Harry, did you get your book?
Yes, Mrs. Weasley. I can't wait to try out what I've learned.
Where did you lose your things, Ginny? So now we have to go and find
Scales when I passed the
all of
fireplace
Ginny's
in
stuff
the
for her,
magical menagerie. My new quill definitely fell into the back of Gavin
which requires
Jones.
trekking all the way around
And I'm
diagonally.
sure I saw Hagrid when I lost my spell tape. So I think that must be in the leaky cauldron.
Magical menagerie, Gamble and Japes, and the leaky cauldron. Got it.
Yeah, this is actually, for anyone who's actually familiar with this category in this game, this is actually a entirely new route.
Thanks so much.
It's
Now go on.
it's
Show us what you
basically
can do with
similar
these
to the last
spells.
route. It just has a few
Bet
changes
you can
because we
find
had
those
a
spells over there.
vote recently on a new rule set, and it looks like that new rule set is gonna win that vote. So we have to now also buy the upgrades for luminous balloons, stink pellets, and and all the upgrades for beanbag. Because you have to move some stuff around to have enough beans to buy them all. Because you need a lot of beans in this run. Like, a ridiculous amount of beans in this run. It's insane how many beans you need in this run. And there's not really many places to get them, so we have a farming place where we will farm beans. We have another card through here. This is number 27. This is the only other one I remember. If it's not 27, I'm going to look very embarrassed now. Yeah, it's like, I saw Hagrid, and he's a well-known drunk.
Number 27, Mirabella Plunkett.
Oh, don't kill me. Okay, I just ran straight into that barrel. Should be able to get through there. Yep, cool. Time for another skip. There's a puzzle in... I say a puzzle. There's a... You're meant to do some, like, wall siding, and then you push a block down, but you can just do this. The collision works, that it gives you a little extra boost, which means you can just get across that gap. That setup we do, though, is something that was found fairly... Actually, within the last couple of years. It used to be you have to, like, line it up. But it's... With that setup, it's free. I have to assume so. I have to assume they sell some sort of alcoholic drink. Like, I can't imagine they would sell only non-alcoholic stuff. So here we buy stink pellets.
How much are stink pellets?
Stink pellets actually aren't
Some stink
required to complete the game, but they save time. I need to equip them. We will use them later. In an interesting way, a very unintended way. You're meant to use them to distract prefects, but prefects are blind in this game, essentially, so we don't need them for that. There's a card here that I always forget. You push this bookcase. We're just robbing all these shops of all their belongings. We're like, no, this card is ours now. Harry just stole 6 sickles from the joke shop, so, you know. Harry, was he like a multi-millionaire in the wizarding world? Is going around stealing money from shopkeepers. He's also going to steal this money here as well. I'll get to that later. Luckily, so some things despawn when they appear in the game. So things like beans and stuff, they appear for an amount of time and then they despawn. Coins don't, so we can just leave that coin there and get it later. Thank goodness. But yeah, so now we have our introduction to sneaking. So we have to be really careful not to get caught, and by really careful I mean he literally will never see you. Because for some reason, so on the PS2 version, they leave him like next to the Switch, so that he can actually see you. But on this version, they make him walk. I just missed the item. That's smart. On this version, they make him walk into the aisle that you literally never have to go into.
Number 28. Tilly
Oh,
Toast.
just grab the brass scales, Harry.
What was that?
There we go. We need 8 sickles to get the potion vial, because that's the other thing we have to get here. Everything else is story stuff, but this is a task list thing, so we have to get it.
Excuse me, how much is this potion vial?
It
costs
costs
8
8
sickles.
sickles.
I'd like to buy that, please.
Thank you. You're
Normally in
very
any
welcome
percent
to
we'd grab
fill your
Wigan World, but
potion
100%
vial
we
with
don't
Wigan
need it
World
because
standard
there's so many
potion. The
opportunities
Wigan
to heal
World's a
yourself
large
anyway
court
that it
over
just
there.
loses time. Yeah, so we're now at 9 cards, and then 1 potion vial out of 3. We have no upgrades for anything. Give Ginny back her stuff.
Hello there, Harry.
I found all your things, Ginny.
Oh, Harry, you're so wonderful.
No, really. It was nothing.
Also, either that speller tape is massive, or those scales are tiny.
Your efforts.
Thanks, Mrs. Weasley.
Gilderoy
Like, that is a-
signing copies of his latest book.
There's a
with Flourish and
tiny
Blotts.
set of scales,
We were
or
thinking
just...
of going in to see him. Would you like
And
to
that
come
frog is
with
bigger
us,
than all
Harry?
of it put together.
Oh, well, okay then. Thanks.
Let's go inside.
Alright, can I interrupt for a second?
No? Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, I know the games, I know where the cutscenes are. But, yeah, alright. Hi, everyone. So,
Great Scott! Is that...
misinformation.
No, surely not.
Just
is.
wanted to remind you
It's
that in
Harry
about 8
Potter!
hours, who is it actually? We will have 4
Ladies
people
and
playing
gentlemen,
the
this
Quidditch
is the
World
perfect
Cup,
moment for me to make an
and there
important
is currently
announcement.
a poll
I have
on our
great
donation
pleasure in
page
announcing
where
that
you
this
can
term
vote
I
on
will be
which
taking up the post
countries,
of Defense Against the
that we
Dark
have to
Arts
choose.
teacher at
And
Hogwarts School of
currently,
Witchcraft
the
and Wizardry.
USA is winning by $2, and no,
Bet you love that,
we
didn't
cannot
you,
have
Potter?
that. Come on, the
Famous
world does
Harry
not
Potter.
revolve
Can't
around
even go into a
America.
bookshop without
Definitely
making
not
the
in
front
this
page.
community.
Leave him alone. He
So
didn't
feel
want
free,
all that.
you know, to donate
Potter's
to
got
change
a
that.
girlfriend.
I'm
I suppose your
personally
parents
rooting for
would
the
go
Nordic
hungry for a
countries.
month to pay for all the books
Australia
you're going to need at
is second,
Hogwarts.
actually,
Here,
$2
girl,
behind the
take
USA.
this
You will
one.
see them all
It's
on our
the least
donation
I can
page.
do to help
Through.
out the poor and needy.
So go donate towards seeing the Nordic countries.
Let me give you some coaching, Harry. Playing is a fickle
Definitely
friend,
not
and I
trying
encourage
to
you
sway
be
that vote.
careful how you play the thing, game,
But,
so to speak.
yeah, and
Be
there's
sparing
Germany,
with your public
France,
appearances at first,
Japan,
and watch the company you keep.
England,
Yep.
Nordics,
Why, I remember the time when I was
Bulgaria,
writing my
Bulgaria,
second bestseller, Gadding with
USA.
Ghouls.
Harry,
So,
we've missed the train.
please,
I believe the more
please
exposure I got in the
change
press,
it
the
so that it's
better
not
my
USA,
career would
because
progress.
come on,
Missed the
come on, not
train.
basic.
Trouble was I became
No, 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 no.
overexposed.
The Americans
Yes,
can't win.
the Hogwarts Express
Anyway,
left
back
5
to
minutes
SOS.
ago.
And it wasn't until I went mysteriously
Thank
missing
you.
for 3
Yeah, I'm
weeks.
Oh,
rooting
no.
for
What
anyone
are we going to
who's
do?
not England or
Fox would be
USA.
leaking the
So
story
donate
to
to any
Barnet.
other countries on that list.
I know that Dad took the flying car to work
Yeah,
before.
so
It's
we meet
marked
Gilderoy
on Charing
Lockhart.
Cross Road.
That I'd been
We
captured
meet him
by trolls
twice.
in the wilds of Stockton-on-Tees.
He's really not
Okay,
important to this
it's our
game
only chance
at
of
all.
getting to school on
This cutscene
time.
makes no
But I
sense because he
managed
just
to
keeps
regain my
interrupting them with
former
like
prominent
it's
position
really
as the
poorly
world's most
made. It makes more
popular
sense than
wizard.
PS2.
Harry?
Yeah, so we've missed the train somehow, even though Ginny and Molly literally left as they said we missed the train. So somehow Ginny made the train, but we didn't. Explain that.
I'll meet you in the courtyard outside the leaky
So we have to go and get the flying car, which for some reason Mr. Weasley, rather than arrive with everyone else using the Flu network,
Ready
or
to go to
take everyone else there in the car, decided to take the car himself to work down the street from Diagon Alley,
We've got to get to school,
even though they have a flu network set up.
Underage wizards are allowed to use magic if it's a
But
real
they
emergency.
also took the flu network.
Section
Yeah,
19 or
it's
something of
this
the,
this game's story makes no
restriction
sense.
thingy.
You're sure you can
Basically.
fly it okay?
But yeah, so now we get to leave Diagon Alley. Thank goodness, we're gone now.
Yeah, I suppose.
So by this point, obviously, the PC version has probably entered Forbidden Forest.
Look, Harry! There's Hogwarts
We are entering
straight
Whomping Willow,
ahead.
which is sort of like Forbidden Forest, I guess. So yeah, or their dad's at work. Like, go to work and be like, "Hey, Dad, we missed the train." Or, shocking idea, ask the teacher who's standing right next to them. I know he's annoying, but they could be like, "Hey, Teach,
Harry! The Whomping Willow's got
help me out."
Don't worry, Ron. I'll come and get you. Just hold on.
I can't do anything else.
So now we have more fun stuff to do if we get this. I should be able to hopefully get this. This can be a bit finicky. No, that's not. That would have worked, but there we go. So we can just slide down into that wall there. Just gonna concentrate for a sec. Cool. Yeah, so we just slide into the wall, and then we do some out of bounds movement. That was a weird menuing. So the way out of bounds works in this game is that you are constantly treated as being like on the edge of a platform, so you will always stumble, and then you will start jumping after that stumble. That out of bounds is a bit different because the entire inside of that tree is like a death plane. So the gasps you hear Harry doing as he's moving around the tree is him moving so that he doesn't fall into the death plane. It's the only way you can avoid falling in, so we have to do it that way. You can skip this fight, but it's stupid. There's like a task method you can do where you grab an invisible ledge and you jump up, but it is basically impossible, RTA. We have some cards here to grab. Whomping Willow, there's 3 cards. There's 2 in this room and 1 in the next room. Oh, okay. That was good movement. This game, by the way, is full of invisible walls, so sometimes you will see invisible ledges. So sometimes if you see me just grab random stuff that doesn't seem to be there, that's why, because ledges in this game just appear to be everywhere. So now we have to grab this. Yeah, no, there are enough adults in Diagon Alley that they have a lot of options rather than steal a flying car. But I guess that's the one that makes the most sense to them. I guess, to be fair, they are 12. Like, I mean, it's probably that 12-year-old thought process.
Number 6. Glanmore Peaks.
It's faster to jump down and it's a sidle back. Yes, there are a lot of invisible ledges and we will see a lot of them in the run. And then guy trashes are easy in this game, and that's the only time you will see them. So say goodbye to the say goodbye to them because they do not come back. Maybe we'll see them in the debug showcase. Maybe we will see.
Number 7.
But yeah, that should be 12. That is 12. Just jumped off an invisible floor there that I didn't know existed, so it's good to know that that exists. Literally did not know that was possible, so that's never happened before. No, but it hasn't. I think this game just has lots of invisible stuff everywhere, basically. But now we have the boss fight, which technically is in the same area as the first area we landed in. But the boss fight doesn't load unless you come into it through that entrance. And they are actually on the same map, because if you go to the, if you in the debug menu you look, they are stored on the same map. So if you can find a way to load this fight early, it will save a ton of time in any percent. Oh, I need to get hit. It's faster to get hit, but not when I did it. So yeah, this fight has 3 phases. You have the first phase where they just slam you, the second phase is the car phase. And in the third phase you can sometimes do a cycle skip, but it seems fairly random. So don't expect it to happen. Charging your spells here does nothing. Yeah, the forward angler is not getting a good deal here. Cool. No cycle skip. PS2 version, actually, you can just stand in this corner and not get hit at all by anything, but you can't do that in this version. Oh, it was a joke whip. I'm sorry. Ha 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 ha. There you go. Yeah, so this is the final phase of this fight. One Wheel is dead. Ron breaks his entire body.
Thanks, Harry. Much appreciated. Oh, it was
Harry just leans
nothing.
next to him and doesn't even
Anyway,
help him out.
We better get a move on. We don't want Professor Snape catching us out so late.
No, it's forward. Yeah, forward
Why don't you
Anglia.
try that door, Harry?
English forward. Yeah, this game looks really nice on Xbox.
The only thing I'm not looking forward to this term is seeing Snape.
Let's just hope he's left because he missed out on the defense against the dark arts job again.
Well, he might have been
He might
sacked.
have been sacked. I mean, everyone hates him.
Or maybe he's waiting to hear why you two didn't arrive on the Hogwarts Express.
Professor Snape, we
In
were...
my search of the grounds,
I mean,
I noticed
the
that
PSC version is good, to be
considerable
fair.
damage seems to have been done to a very valuable
Oh, thanks, Mark.
Whomping Willow. I will be speaking with
But what if I
Professor
wanted to play
later.
for PC?
That tree did more damage to us than we...
Oh, actually, Mark, can you change the console as well?
Advise you both
And also, can you
your
spell my
way
name right, please?
immediately to the
Thank
Gryffindor
you.
common room.
But Professor Snape, we...
Go and count yourselves lucky. If I should catch either of you out after tonight, I will definitely deduct house points.
Come on, Harry.
I guess it's
Always
just old.
outside
Like,
the
old
entrance hall.
trees are valuable in England, to be fair. Like, you have to get permission to cut down old trees in England, so I guess that's probably where that comes from. There's my name. It flashed up, so that means it's spelled right. That's why he doesn't take them away, because there aren't any. He's like, I can't physically. Also, in this game, Harry is literally the only one who ever gets house points. Our house point total at the end is however many house points Harry gets. So Harry's putting the work in. Yeah, now we're going to the... Quick! Gene's gone, everybody donate. Now we're going to the bean farming room. So we will farm beans here. And Ron will shout at us the entire time. You'll see this room a lot during the run. It is the fastest way... it's the fastest way RTA to get beans. There's actually a faster way of doing it, but it is TAS only because it requires RNG essentially, and it's not controllable RNG.
Get a move on, Harry.
Shut up, Ron. I'm grabbing all these beans off the floor. This weird movement I'm doing as well is just to cast faster. It speeds up casting. There we go. Raspberry. Cool, now we get to see why I bought the stink pellets. Also, that's a fire crab. So we should be able to, hopefully, if I time this right. For God's sake. Okay, so
How are you?
what's meant to happen is on the grand staircase for some reason.
If Professor Snape
If you throw a stink pellet as the or a luminous balloon as the cutscene's loading, the cutscene for some reason will just not load. It only works in the grand staircase. Yeah, we can try again at the top of the staircase, but sometimes like that, for example, the cutscene started on like the last couple of frames of the stink pellet, so I didn't have any time to throw another one. So look, it's harder to time in 100% because you're coming from a different angle. We can do it here. There's another cutscene here that we can potentially skip. Yeah, there we go. So there's meant to be a cutscene there where Hermione's like, "This is the password, Harry." Ha 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 ha, la 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 la. That sort of fun stuff.
Hey Harry, Fred and George have set up a shop. You can trade all kinds of things with them for spells and really wicked stuff.
Wow, I must go and see them.
Now we get introduced to the other favourite place of 100% is Fred and George's shop. We come here quite a few times.
What's the password?
We have to get some cards from them. We get a spell. There's a potion vial. There's the upgrades to the beanbag and the luminous balloons and stuff like that. June, I told people to donate and no one did, so sad times.
Come here.
Also, Percy is blind.
Where did he go? Ah, Potter. You finally made it then. Heard about the Ford Anglia. Mum's gonna kill Ron when she finds out. I bet it was worth it to see Snape's face when you landed.
Sort of.
Anyway, welcome to our shop, Harry. Yes. Feel free to browse our extensive range of
Yeah, so
pieces
all we
of
need to buy for now
collections.
is a beanbag
Everything priced at reasonable
and
rates
a
and the only
card.
currency universally accepted throughout Hogwarts. 30 bots every flavour
And the
beans.
beanbag
We're sure
increases
there's something
our
here you'll like.
bean limit by 50,
How much
which is
a
helpful for
Bertie
farming.
Bott's beanbag?
20 Bertie bots every flavour beans.
I'd like to buy that, please.
Thank you very much. I will take the beanbag.
You can now carry more Bertie Bott's every flavour beans, Harry.
We'll buy this card as well.
Beatrix Bloxham card. How much is it?
30 Bertie bots every flavour beans.
I'd like to buy that, please.
Beatrix
Beatrix
Bloxham.
Bloxham.
If only we had her talent. Apparently, one of her readers was continuously sick for 3 whole weeks.
Yes, we get the card. That's the end of the day. Nice.
Number 8.
So at the beginning of every single day, we will spawn up in that common room.
Morning, Ron. Do you know what class we've got first?
And then you have to come down the stairs, watch this cutscene. If you don't watch this cutscene,
Right. I'll meet you downstairs.
like if you found a way to skip this cutscene, you wouldn't be able to complete the game because this cutscene sets up the task list for the day. Same with any day. Any day when you go to the common room, you have to watch the cutscene. And then that board you just saw me talk to is the Lost and Found board. There are, God, I believe 10 lost items. Each lost item you get a card for finding it. And you have to find them in order and bring them back one at a time. So we'll be doing that across the entire game. You'll see me go out of my way to grab some items. There's another cutscene here that we skip.
Harry!
Oh, wait, no. That's not right. I need to bean farm. We have to go and bean farm for 100 beans. Like I said, you will grow to love this room. It's the room you will see the most in the game. Give me my beans. I think there are actually some flavours of beans that are in the game but aren't ever used. Like if you go to the debug menu, you can look at all the bean flavours, and some of them are strange. I'll see if I can find the list later. And then how these spawn beans is that the lower your bean total is, the more likely they are to spawn them. So up until about 2/3 capacity on your beanbag, they will spawn every single time, essentially. And then after that, they start spawning less frequently. So there's still a bit of RNG in this method. It's just not massive time loss RNG like the other method is. Yeah, like you saw there, I missed one, didn't jump out. What is this RNG? Okay, I missed 2. That's stupidly good. Also, sometimes you'll see me taking my time before I open that door again. You can, if you turn around quick enough, you can get like a glitch state where you go through the door, but it's in the wrong place, and then it's sort of, it doesn't reload the room properly. So you have to wait a bit. Cool. Let's go. We'll be back again in like 10 minutes. But now coming up we have what defines 100% in HP2. The best minigame. The best thing to play. We will save the game first because we have a limited number of beans. Yeah, there's probably every single flavour. Although actually no, that's not true, because in this game when you buy the Bertie Bot card, they say, oh, he's recently released, so they do release new flavours. Anyway, here's gnome tossing.
Bet you can't beat the
This is like the gnome tossing at Burrow, but you have to get points to get the cards, and you get points by throwing them into these moving rings. The ring movement is RNG, their placement is RNG, how far away from the tower is RNG. That should be double. Yep, cool. Okay, beat the first one. Their placement for each other is RNG. It's stupid. And then, because we beat the high score, we can just chuck them off the edge like that, because we don't need any more. That one is the easiest one, because it's the lowest point threshold. The others, you need a lot more points. And then we have this gnome tossing as well. By the way, if the gnomes hit you, you lose 5 beans. Or half your beans if you have less than that. If you have like 8 beans, you lose 4.
Number 18, Ulrich the Oddball.
But yeah, now we have our flying lesson. And I forgot I was going to try and break the camera. You can break the camera coming into this lesson by targeting at a certain time. This game doesn't like it when you target whilst teleporting between areas.
First of all,
it's a bit weird.
I want to test your broom control. Fly up and hover a few feet from the ground.
Yeah, no broken camera today. Sad times.
Fly back down to the ground and hover above it. Excellent. You seem to have lost none of your natural flying ability. Let's move on to something a little more difficult. You see before you a course comprised of enchanted rings. What you must do is to
Neville gets like bullied massively in this game, although Neville is also the most annoying character for a reason later on that you'll see. But yeah, so we have to do this. We have to do this flying. You can skip rings. It just spawns the next 3 rings. So if it's faster to take a straight line to the ring, you can just skip round corners.
Now for the
but now we have flying lessons, so guesses on how many points I will get. The average is about, you can get like 43 if you get every single ring.
As many rings as you can in a set time.
If you fly through every single ring possible, it's about 43 to 44.
For the rings, causing some to move and others to shrink as you approach them. When you're ready, Mr. Potter, you may begin.
Yeah, that's right. If you guess 0, you'd be right, because it is faster to not get any rings. Luckily, the getting top grades in flying practice and Quidditch practice aren't needed for 100%. So we just do this. It's quicker dialogue after after the challenge because you get a D and she just goes, not bad. Whereas everything else, she's like, outstanding, Mr. Potter. But they're all obviously looking at me. They're like, oh, look up there, it's Harry. Move. Let's make them. Go. Come on, keep going.
Not bad. You receive a D.
Why are they all looking away from how
Prove your
rude?
find, Raid.
I'm over
Come
here.
back and see me here at any time of the day.
That was exhausting, Harry.
Also, Ron's now tired.
See you later.
Ron worked really hard in that, so he's now very, very tired. There's a card over here. So this should be 16. Hopefully. Yep, cool.
Number 14.
And then we need to go into Herbology to get the first lost and found item, which is the potion kit bag. Oh, sorry, I just hit my mic with my headphones. I'm sorry for anyone who just heard that. Yeah, luckily it's impossible to get an F. You always have to pass. The lowest they will give you is a D.
Hufflepuff. Ravenclaw.
I'm really unaware of my personal space whip. I hit my mic all the time when I'm streaming myself. By the way, this counts as one of my 3 streams a year, by the way. So enjoy. Yes, that's done, so we now head back downstairs and we get our next challenge that we have to complete.
Harry, just the person I've been looking for. Something dreadful has happened to Neville.
By the way, there's no girls' dormitory, so I don't know where Hermione's sleeping because there is no staircase.
Me to get him out.
Would you? That's so kind of you, Harry. He's out here.
Get the lost and found item. I only realised when I was practicing the other day that you don't actually have to press A to turn in the lost and found items. You just turn towards the notice board and it gives it to you.
He was looking for Trevor his time.
Yeah, so
and he went the wrong way. Now he's
everyone
stuck.
ready? Neville is stuck behind this cloth tapestry because he was looking for his toad. He is now stuck behind this cloth tapestry.
Laboratory Greenhouse 3 in the grounds.
This room has, that room he's in has no other doors, so he went behind the tapestry to get in. Is now stuck behind the tapestry. So we have to go and find a severing charm to cut down the tapestry so Neville can escape. But that requires us going to Herbology. But Hermione knows that in Herbology there are Horcrux, so we have to go to the library to read a book to pick up Horcrux. It's the only time in the game we have to pick them up.
Hurry up.
Yeah. It's, yeah. just yeah, it's the stupidest side quest. No, yeah, no. There's no way he got in there and is not able to get out. He's doing it for attention. Neville is like, I want people to pay attention to me. I'm going to pretend to be stuck. Here's the next item. We go and return this one straight away because it just, with the route, it works out better.
Wattlebird.
Go to Fred and George's shop. We're going by. We have 90 beans, so we can go by 3 cards now.
Hey!
Libbity gibbet.
Just leave, like, it is. No one else in the school would know how to get past the tapestry. Like, how do you do it? Tapestries are confusing.
Albert Grunion, the inventor of the Dun Bomb. How much is that?
Also, there's the other potion vial. Potion vial costs 100 beans. So does the Alahomora spellbook, which is
Albert
there.
Grunion. Where
That
would
also
we
costs
be
100
without
beans.
his
They're very
outstanding
expensive.
contribution to explosive dung?
So yeah, Percy's the only one allowed in that room for some reason. It's the study room, but only Percy's allowed in.
Number 97. Elbrick Granule. The limited edition Bertie
Here's Bertie Bot. It just here's the line actually. It should come up now about the
Bertie
bean
Bot's every
flavors.
flavour beans.
I'd like to buy that, please.
Bertie Bott, an excellent purchase, Harry. His real genius was in the invention of the unreleased dog spit
Yeah,
flavoured
unreleased dog spit flavor. So it's not every flavor.
Number 69. The Archibald
Bertie Bott.
Alderton card. How much is that?
30 Bertie Bot's every flavour beans.
I'd like to
buy that, please. Thank you.
Ah, Archibald Alderton. Now there's a man who knew about explosions.
Also, in case anyone missed it, the Bertie Bot card is card number 69.
Number 29.
Lol.
Archibald Alderton.
Because why wouldn't it be? We avoid Percy again. Handing this item. Now we have to get a telescope.
Number 46. Miranda.
Hello, Hermione. I'm going. It's fine. Don't worry. Neville can wait. Okay, now we have another cutscene skip that we have to do on the staircase. So hopefully I can time this one right. It should be between the 4th and the 3rd floor. Cool. So that skips 2 cutscenes. There's a cutscene where the snake tries to talk to you. And there's a cutscene where Nearly Headless Nick appears and he's like, "After bed, Harry?" You have to be like, "Yep. Hey, Nick." More sneaking. It's free. Just hold right and they don't ever see you. And now we grab Gilderoy Lockhart's book. All that does is allow us to pick up Hawk Clumps. That's all it does. Oh, that was wrong. You meant to just hold left. That I might get caught.
There's someone round here.
No, it's fine. Between day and night, the camera angle in that room changes. So sometimes because you go to the library quite a few more times in 100%, I forget which one we're on. Also, 100 bean farming time. Num 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 num. All the beans. Genuine question though, genuine question. I actually don't know if this works. How does he know the flavour of them? Because does that imply he's eating them? In which case, how is he trading them for stuff? Or is he like storing them in his mouth? Also, yeah, this is what I meant about Wiggenweld potion. If you don't have full health, these will give you pumpkin pasties sometimes instead of beans until you have full health. And we come here so often that there's no point grabbing the Wiggenweld. There's basically no risk of death. Yeah. True as well. All these beans are just sort of hanging around in this box. Also, a glass potion vial is worth 8 sickles in the shop in Diagon Alley, but it's also worth 100 beans. So that makes the exchange rate like a sickle for, what would that be, like 12.5 beans? But then stink pellets are 4 stickles for a pack of 10 stink pellets. But then stink pellets are like 10 beans, so then that makes them like, yeah.
Don't think I'll
Exchange
be able
rates
to
make no
carry many
sense.
more beans.
Also, shut up, Harry. I know you can't carry any more. Cool. Okay, then we need to go to the first floor because there's an item we need to grab here. We go down the side of this classroom because there's a hand somewhere that will, like, attack you. But if you go down the side, you skip the hand. Also, those random ghosts flying around can damage you as well. It's fun. It's good. Good game design. When they appear from a wall and damage you. On PS2, these areas have prefects, but they are not on the GameCube and Xbox versions, which makes them very easy. Yeah, now we get to go to herbology again. It's actually possible to get to Findo as soon as you arrive at Hogwarts after beating the Whomping Willow. You can do a glitch that gets you in there and then another glitch to get you out. Unfortunately, the way this game works, it soft locks the entire game because you have to get things on the days they're required. So it doesn't actually save any time, unfortunately. If someone could find a way to skip tasks and skip days, the game would probably be like 45 minutes long, which is crazy. But yeah, so we're going to learn Diffindo. And we're going to use that right away because we need to defeat these plants. So you have to defeat all but one of its tentacles. And then you hit the plant in the middle, chuck it away, and you get a card. And if you get hit by those plants, you obviously lose beans, and it's annoying, so you want to try not get hit as much as possible. But if you stay far enough away, they won't hit you because they don't have the reach. And now we're coming up on one of the biggest cutscene skips in the game. If I miss this, I'll be sad. But I shouldn't. Hopefully. Should be fine. So on the way back up the staircase, there's meant to be a cutscene where you find Lily Headless Nick. And then McGonagall appears. And then you go to Dumbledore's office. And Dumbledore's like, I know you're not the attacker, Harry. But I must ask you if there's anything you wish to tell me. And then you respawn back at Dumbledore's office and you have to run back. It's like just under 2 minutes long. But if you throw a stink pellet there, you just skip it. It's that easy. And that saves almost 2 minutes. Yeah, you can only pick them up once you've cut down all the tentacles and then hit them.
Wattlebird.
I think the cutscenes themselves are like 150 or something. But then you obviously you also have to run back from Dumbledore's office. Also, there we go. We freed Neville.
Phew. Thanks, Harry. I thought I was never going to get out of there.
Nice one, Harry.
And Hermione's like, I'm going to bed now. Bye. Thanks for the help.
I'll head off to bed.
But Hermione, Nearly Headless Nick has been attacked and
Oh.
I'll tell you in the morning.
Luckily, even though we didn't find him, we still know that Nearly Headless Nick's been attacked.
Come here.
Look at his gibbet.
Yeah, no, he never does tell her, actually. You're right. Never comes up.
How much is an Alahamora spellbook?
100 Bertie bots, every flavour beans.
I'd like
Give me
to buy
Alahamora.
that, please.
There's actually meant to be another spell that you
spell
buy from
allows
Fred
you
and
to
George as well.
unlock
You're meant to buy
mechanical locks.
Locomotor Mortis.
There are all sorts of places you'll be able to go now.
But they cut that out of the game.
Gryffindor.
Yeah, the way this game's routed, you have to, because Fred and George is only open at night, you have to sort of get as many visits done as possible overnight.
Slytherin.
So we just basically collect as much as possible. Locomotor Mortis. I think the description, I can read the description later because it's in the debug. But the description is something like you can use this to
Hello, Hermione. Do you know
get
what
back at
lesson
Malfoy.
we've got
I
first
assume it was
day?
meant to be for prefect sneaking.
Against the dark arts, Harry. The Guildroy Lockhart.
I assume.
I can't wait.
Me neither.
Me neither.
I'll meet you on the 3rd floor outside the Defense Against the Dark Arts class.
Return to Lost and Found.
Number 48.
And now we're heading to our
Salazar's
first actual
Slytherin.
spell challenge. So yeah, the 4th spell we learn in the game, and the first one that actually is like taught to us. Yeah, I assume that's why it was cut, because it is basically useless. Also, the Mona Lisa appears on basically every single floor.
Can everyone see me? Can you all hear me? Excellent.
Also, this is the last time we see
term I shall
Gilderoy
be
Lockhart and
teaching
Snape.
Dueling. Let me introduce you to my assistant, Professor Snape. Now, Harry Potter, if you'd like to come forward, the Expelliarmus spell challenge is through here. What you have to do is to find the Expelliarmus spellbook somewhere beyond the portrait. Once you have the spellbook in your possession, the Expelliarmus spell will be yours to use as you see fit.
I suppose that Expelliarmus spellbook is down those stairs.
Sorry, I managed to accidentally mute my mic. Yeah, so this is Expelliarmus. Normally, this is meant. There's like a couple of rooms. Each one has a separate challenge. You go through them. It's not a super long challenge, but it's like fairly long. So we defeat these spike balls. That was a nice triple hit. Come on. Cool. Yeah, we're meant to... So, the intended way is to go actually up the other way. But if you go up this way, you can grab an invisible ledge in the wall there. Clip through into an area you're not meant to be in. That's a bad angle. And then you can land on an invisible ledge, climb down into the invisible ledge, and just skip the entire challenge. Because you're meant to go all the way around the chamber, and then you end up back at the beginning, but you lower that big block that's blocking the door, but you can just clip straight through it. So we have the gargoyle fight. There are intended to be 5 of these in the game. We fight 3 of them. GameCube fights 1. The reason we cast Flipendo is because sometimes during attacks you will do like a celebration animation. We can skip that by casting Flipender at him. Cool. And this fight and the way it works is actually different to the fights we will do later. They change up how he functions, so you'll see a different version of that fight later on. Yeah, the fight's a lot longer on PS2, but PS2 actually has a different strat where you can stand right in front of it. You can just spam the Expelliarmus button and it defeats them, basically. So you don't have to do the like standing really far away strat. But yeah, that is that's the entire spell challenge. Funnily enough, not the shortest spell challenge in the game. There are 3 spell challenges, and that one is the second shortest.
For Gryffindor. Now, I'd like you to use the Expelliarmus spell you've just acquired.
But yeah, so now we have dueling. I will show off.
Mr. Malfoy,
I'll show off something here because this is the only time we'll get to see it.
The famous Potter. First duelist to gain.
But I think they forgot how they designed the room when they designed the duel.
One's at the ready.
So dueling, how it works is you just spam Flipender and you win, essentially.
Scared, Potter?
You wish.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, so if you go over here, you can open this cupboard. Oh, okay, it didn't work. I'll try and show it off later, but what can happen is if you hold the right direction, you clip through and you go onto Draco Malfoy's side. So you can just stand right next to Draco Malfoy and just spam him with spells. I feel like it's probably cheating in an actual duel, maybe, but it is possible.
You're a parcel mouth, Harry. Why didn't you tell us?
Exactly.
I'm a what?
We're just defeating evil.
A parcel mouth? You can talk to snakes. So, does it matter?
Also, this cutscene is also really poorly done. Like, they just move all around the place. I don't really understand this place. Oh, hello.
Now the whole school's going to think you're his
No, go for it.
grandson or something.
Alright, well, I see more people have come in this morning.
He lived about
So
1,000 years ago.
again,
For all we know,
just,
you could
here
be.
to remind you that
Anyway,
we are doing
we've got
this
Quidditch
marathon
practice
for a
next at the
charity.
Quidditch Stadium.
A charity is
I'll meet
the
you in the
Trevor
entrance hall,
Project,
Harry.
which works with suicide prevention and education for the LGBTQ plus community. The Harry Potter speedrunners chose this charity as a community, so we are very proud to support that. And if you do want to donate, I recommend that you donate through voting on our polls, where you can choose which country to play as, or countries if you do Nordics, because they just made that one country, that you will see being played during the Quidditch World Cup, which is in about 7 hours. You can choose between Australia, Germany, France, Japan, England, the Nordics, Bulgaria, and the USA. Currently, the USA is winning by $2, and you can't have that, so go donate it. It is for Great Press. And our next milestone as well is
Number 74,
$900 away, which will bring us to beating every previous Potterthon combined. So we have had a great year so far. So thank you to everyone who has donated. So thank you to everyone who's donated. Anyway,
Oh yeah, well, we're just being farming, so don't worry about it. Not anything interesting. But yeah, make sure to get donations in. It's a great charity. It's a great cause. Obviously, I'm a super interesting, informative speedrunner, so that's also good. Clearly. Yeah, we're just getting our beans. We opened a chest We get that chest now purely because if you don't get it, it just sits there. And it takes your targeting away, so you can't target the other bean farming thing. By bean farming thing, I mean chest. I forgot the word for it. Yeah, we do a lot of bean farming just because this game requires an insane amount of beans. Insane number. Okay. Get to 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. My beans. Okay. We should be fine with this number because there are some like side things we can cast on to potentially get the rest of the beans. Yeah, everyone count with me. 1 Bertie Bot bean. Ha 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 ha. 2 Bertie Bot bean. Yeah, so there's a chest down here. Before we actually grab the card, we're going to go over here because it makes the staircase move.
Number 96. Hengist of Woodcroft.
Just saves a bit of time. Let me down. And now we're going to do no gnome tossing today. So this is actually where the... Oh, I don't need to save then if we're not doing gnome tossing. This is actually where the reroute comes in. So we need beans to buy the upgrades for stink pellets and luminous balloons. This is the best place to store them. So we get them here and then we move one of the gnome tossing to later on. But it means we have to do 2 in a row essentially. So it makes the route a lot more RNG heavy and a lot more risky. That is completely the wrong thing.
Current gnome throwing record, Potter. Why don't you have a go?
That's what you call muscle memory. No, what? I pressed down twice. It wants us to do gnome tossing.
Why don't you have a try? It'll cost 15 beans.
There we go.
Hi. What'd you say to a race?
And now we're introduced to broom racing. Which, you know, is impressive considering we haven't actually got a broom yet. We don't get it until later on today. But the game's like, nah, you can do broom racing. It's all good. And all broom racing is just these fun Superman 64 style levels. There's 15 of these. Because there's 3 for each person. Some of them are very long, some of them are a lot shorter. The last couple are really short actually for some reason, but these are all really long. And also basically impossible to lose unless you're Nixo or Liam. Other than that, they're basically impossible to lose. The PS2 versions are a lot harder. We can skip rings though, like I said, because it loads a couple ahead, you can just fly through here and just skip a couple.
You won this time, Potter.
Number 22.
Cool. Okay, so sometimes with these guys, if you talk to them at certain times during their dialogue, it like skips parts of their dialogue, but it's completely random because their dialogue can change. So sometimes you can save a tiny bit of time by skipping some dialogue, which just happened there. I think this is actually... So last time this was done at Potterthon, which was Potterthon 4, I think? or Potterthon 5, either one of those. Last time it was done, I think this is where the stream started to not exist anymore. This is like a mini redemption run. There's about, if you go, that video is actually on the Potterthon YouTube channel. If anyone, by the way, if anyone wants to watch any previous years of Potterthon, watch runs of games that aren't at this year's Potterthon, they're all on the Potterthon channel. Go and watch. But the video of this run, there's like 45 minutes where it's just a single frame of the game.
Number 24, Adalbert Waffling.
So it's a fun watch.
15 beans.
This is a much shorter one. You can imagine what's going on. I don't think there's any sound either, if I remember correctly. So it's literally just like watching nothing. It's a great run. What's really sad about that run is that at the time that run was a world record by like 10 minutes.
Well done, Harry.
But I didn't local record, so it didn't count.
Number 25, Perpetua Fancourt.
But yeah, no, the other ones are great. There's some great ones. There's Bingo. There's what else is there? There's like races. There's from previous years. There's lots of good meme runs. There's also drawing tablet race for HP3. There's me dropping my where am I going? Quidditch practice. There's me dropping my controller during HP2 GBA and finding new strats. Now we're introduced to Quidditch.
Listen up, you lot.
And Quidditch is the stupidest thing in this game. Stupider than gnome tossing, in a way. Fairly equal, but you have to do Quidditch at 80% as well, so it's sort of, it wins the prize for stupidest thing.
Now watch carefully.
So how Quidditch works?
That's good, Harry. Flying through each ring makes you...
Yeah, the Incendio strat, if you go back to, I think it was the very first Potterthon I was in, it's Potterthon 2, I think. If you go back to that Potterthon and watch the 2 GBA run, I dropped my controller during the Basilisk fight and then find out that Incendio is faster.
Now you're going faster, you'll see the magical charge.
And also, it's where we found out that we could swap spells without having to pause the game. Me dropping into the controller saved like 3-4 minutes or something ridiculous. It's funny. Not in that run, but in over the for other runs. Yeah, so now we have boost, so we have to wait a bit. If you delay boosting, you can you can get a bit closer to the snitch, and then only have to do 1 boost rather than 2. And now here's the stupid part. So the way the snitch moves is entirely random. It jumps around the screen. There's no way of timing it because it jumps so quickly that if you press A when it's in front of your hand, you will not catch it. It flies in random directions. There's no patterns. So basically, you just have to mash A and hopefully grab the snitch. And if you miss the snitch a certain number of times, Harry goes back into flying. You have to boost back to the snitch again. So yeah, you can just lose minutes. I had an 80% world record that lost like 3.5 minutes to Quidditch over the entire run. It's stupid. Grab the snitch, please. There we go. You can also be a bit finicky about when it considers you being next to the snitch. Thank you. The PS2 version is much better. PS2, if you just press X when you're near the snitch, it catches the snitch. It's much better.
Superb performance, Harry.
See, we didn't even get a distinction. We got an A+.
And because of that excellent performance, Harry,
didn't even get the highest grade.
Nimbus 2000 to take with you. You'll be able to fly anywhere around the grounds, but try not to crash into too many of the towers. If you want to try and improve your Quidditch practice grade, come back and see me here at any time of the day.
Hello there.
Hermione's really sad,
Hermione?
clearly.
What's the
Look how
matter?
sad she looks.
Malfoy
She's
showed
got
up
her
very
hand in front of her
upset at the
face.
Quidditch Stadium.
That is the
It
universal
made
symbol of
Seacon,
sadness.
After his dad brought his way onto the team with a whole set of Nimbus 2001s.
Yeah, so basically,
Hermione
we've learned to
told
fly.
Hermione,
Draco came along while we were flying and was mean.
A mudblood? It's a really disgusting
Hermione's
name
upset,
for
but she's
someone
not that
who's
upset.
born
'Cause
with
in a sec, she'll be like, oh, whatever,
There are
bye.
some wizards, like Malfoy's family, who think they're better than everyone else. Anyway, it's a horrible thing to say. If it hadn't been for Hagrid showing up, I'd have cursed him.
He's not worth the trouble, Ron.
Not worth the trouble, Ron. Oh, I suppose you're right.
Anyway, I'm tired and I'm off to bed. Let's go.
Yeah, Hermione gets to say she's tired today, not Ron. So we can end day here, but we need to go to the greenhouse to get an item. So after this, we should have 31 cards, hopefully. If I've got all the cards. We've got Neville's Toad, we found it. So it should show us having one card in the corner.
Number 59.
I'm missing a card.
Gryffindor.
Where am I missing a card?
Hufflepuff.
No, it shouldn't be.
Ravenclaw. Slytherin.
I should have all of them, so I'm confused.
I think it might be a good idea to go to the library and find a copy of Hogwarts: A History.
Why do you want it?
So we can find out about the legend of the Chamber of Secrets, of course.
Of course. I suppose you want me to sneak out to the library again.
Could you? Oh, thanks, Harry. The only thing is, you'll need to get to the restricted section this time.
Let's reset.
Go
It's
down
fine,
the
I'll work it
second
out
floor
later.
And just past the entrance to the library. There's a portrait that will let you in. The password
I mean, the
is
important thing is that I have all the
Bibliophile.
cards from
Right. Second floor.
I have all the cards
past
from the
library, portrait.
flying,
Got it.
so it's
Thanks,
not that.
Harry. And watch out for the prefects.
I probably missed it the day before and just didn't notice.
Number 49. Elladora Ketteridge.
Oh, I need to go to the shop.
Hey!
Libbity Gibbet.
Let me...
Where did he go?
How much is his Edgar Stroger card?
30 Bertie Bott's every flavour beans.
I'd like to buy that, please.
Have I just
Edgar
miscounted?
Strulger, eh, Harry? Inventor of the sneaker scope. What a genius.
Oh, no, I know which card it is.
Number 47. How much
It's all
is
good.
Edgar
It's all good.
Stroger
I've
bag?
worked it out.
20 Bertie Bott's every flavour beans.
I'd like to buy that, please.
Now you can
We're
carry
all
more
good.
stink pellets, Harry.
A balloon holster. What does this cost?
20 Bertie Bott's every flavour
Yeah, so this
beans.
is what the reroute's
I'd like
for,
to
is to
buy
buy
that,
these
please.
stink pellet and luminous balloon
With
holders.
the balloon holster, you can carry loads more non-explodable luminous balloons.
And now I'll grab the card I missed. Because it is in the Gryffindor common room. Doesn't actually lose that much time, so it's fine. I forgot to get this one. Could you grab it when you free Neville?
Number 65. Gondoline Oliphant.
Thanks, Whip. Glad to be forgiven. I'm going to save just in case, because there's a skip coming up that can softlock. By coming up, I mean in about 8 minutes or something ridiculous. But that technically counts as coming up. Just like we have Quidditch World Cup coming up, so make sure you get your donations. No, it's... But do get your donations in for Quidditch World Cup. Someone needs to beat USA.
Hermione said that I had to go past the library to find the
Sorry,
portrait
June.
to the restricted section.
So now we have some prefect
Right.
sneaking.
Somewhere around here is a portrait.
All we do is we just do this. Bye.
Huh?
Easy.
Bibliophile.
Where did he go?
Like they're blind. Harry literally ran in front of him and he's like, what? Where's Harry gone? So this area is basically just like any percent. Something worth mentioning actually that I don't think I've mentioned yet. For 100%, the source requirement's actually not a thing. So if you can get items to appear in your inventory without grabbing them from their required source, then that's allowed. So it means that if we can skip spells, they appear in your inventory later on in later days. So you're allowed to do that. Cards, there's no way of doing that yet. So we can't do that with cards or potion vials. That's going to hit me if I keep going. So this is RNG. These book movements is RNG. Oh. There is a skip you can do on one of these to save like 7 seconds, but it is stupidly precise. Like, one of the most precise tricks in the game. That's going to hit me. No, we're all good. That's going to hit me. These books, they can either come back out slowly or they can come back out quickly. It's random which one they do. So sometimes when you're trying to go across when they're going back in, they will just pop straight back out again and they'll hit you. Sorry about that. Okay, this has been a good book climb so far. I haven't fallen down yet. If they hit you, you like hang on to the ledge. Oh wait, I could have probably got past that, but I didn't want to risk it. And the final one. They actually reuse this in Philosopher's Stone on GameCube and Xbox as well. But they change it so that it's a lot more bearable. Oh, there we go. That's what happens if you get in the way. Yeah, if I get Scourge at first try, then anyone watching has to donate $1, but Whip has to donate 5. That's going to hit me on the way back out. Nope, we're good. Yeah, that's the book climb. Yeah, so I said reused in Philosopher's Stone. That's because Philosopher's Stone for the GameCube and Xbox actually came out after this game. This game originally was meant to be Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. And Diagon Alley in this game actually is meant to be like the Diagon Alley they were going to use when it was back then. So if you look in the store windows, it looks very detailed. And it's because it was meant to be a big area. But they then had to change it because of how the film was released. So they had to make Chamber of Secrets instead. So then they made Philosopher's Stone afterwards. So Philosopher's Stone came out 2003 for GameCube and Xbox. I'm sure Blaze and Mike talked about that in their run though, so I won't go on about it too much. So yeah, this is the last time we see Hedwig. So everyone say goodbye, Hedwig. Bye, Hedwig. Thanks for helping.
Brilliant. Thanks, Hedwig.
All you've done is drop ladders, but I guess that's been helpful. So yeah, we're gonna go across and grab the Hogwarts history book. And that's actually the only task on the task list, so after we grab the book, we can do whatever we want and it won't matter. But we have to finish the day, but we don't have to do any more actual like tasks that the game intends us to do. Also, you can skip these sidles, I think, by doing something called an L jump, which is basically a task-only trick where you can get Harry to be slightly further off an edge by pressing L for a frame at a certain point. But yeah, it is task-only, because there's no reliable way to pause buffer in this game. You can sort of try and do it, and you can sort of get it, but it doesn't really help. But yeah, now we have Hogwarts of History. Gonna jump down. So Scourge skip time. So what we're meant to do here is we're meant to go and fight a bookcase, do some jumps, get Scourge, go through there, do another duel, do some puzzles, and then leave. But what we can do instead is using this ladder, we can do this. No, not first try. Sad times. No money for charity. This is a frame-perfect trick. And it requires a frame-perfect change on the analog stick, so it's not even like a frame-perfect button press. So we'll just sit here for a bit while we try and get this. Oh, for God's sake. I accidentally nudged the L button, so I ended up just turning around and jumping off. This can take a bit, so just talk to yourselves. There we go. So that gets us out of bounds. Thought the direction. Oh, for God's sake. Okay. I might be screwed. Ugh. It's been a very long time since I messed that up. So what happened there is my pause button double pressed. So it paused and then unpaused straight away. Which then meant that when I went to go and hold the R button, it did a stumble rather than a jump. That is frustrating.
Hermione said I had to go past the library to find the portrait to the restricted section. Right. Somewhere around here is a portrait.
I need to buy a new controller, is what I need to do.
That's 10 points from Gryffindor, Mr. Potter.
Meh. This one went downhill very quickly.
Hermione said I had to go past the library to find the portrait to the restricted section. Right. Somewhere around here is a portrait. Huh?
Oh, nothing. You can't run out of points. There's like a set number of times they can catch you, so they can catch you like. So if they catch you more than, I think it's 3 times on this one. I think it changes depending on the area, but if they catch you more than 3 times, they stop taking away house points. But it's fine anyway, because if they catch you and you lose house points, all the other houses lose house points to be below you anyway. On this version, it is physically impossible for any other house to win. On PS2, other houses can win. But on this version, it is impossible. You can lose points for Slytherin in this version as well if you go in as Crab and Goyle. Crab or whichever one it is you end up being. That actually used to be, fun fact, that used to be one of the rules for 100%. In the original rule set for 100%, you used to have to lose as many house points as possible as Slytherin. Oh, stop missing the ladder. Do you know what, actually, I failed Sky Skip on purpose, because now it means there's another opportunity to get Whip to donate. So clearly, it was all planned. Oh no, I'm missing all the chests. Oh no, I'm missing all the items. I'm sorry. I need to open them to get the food. Yeah, a lot of chests in this game just have, for anyone who's not aware, a lot of chests just have, what do they have? Pumpkin pasties and cauldron cakes that just give you health. That's all they do. So they're pretty useless. That's going to hit me. Yeah. Annoyingly, there's not much I could do there because sometimes there's not, like here, for example. I was stuck between either being in the book on the left or being in the book on the right. There wasn't really an option. From ban June. That's disgraceful, June. I can't believe a host would say words like that. That's ridiculous.
Mud blood.
Okay, we're back up. And we only lost like 8 minutes or something. So, you know, not too bad. But we get to see Hedwig again, so yay! It's all good. What time am I at? Probably like should be like 1 hour 35-ish in. Which is, yeah.
Hedwig! Here you go.
Literally, yeah, no. It's if you stick around for the debug showcase, I will go through the fact that they went through a lot of dialogue for going to bed before they decided upon the ones they chose. There is in the text banks there is a lot of dialogue that is like the "I'm tired, Harry." There is an insane amount. Cool. Okay, we're back to Scourge Skip. Yeah, Scourge Skip saves about 2.5 to 3 minutes, so I'm glad we went for it. because it's really saved all that time. Normally it saves more than that though, because if anyone has played this game, the room where you get the Scourge spellbook is stupid. It's hard to describe why it's stupid, but basically you have to do platforming jumps and the camera sits at a really awkward angle for the entire time. You can't move it. So it is really, really stupid. First try? No. Still no money for charity. Sad times. You can actually do this on the bottom of the ladder as well, but it takes you somewhere entirely. It takes you like down to like near the bottom of the entire thing. This is possible on any ladder in the game, but there are barely any ladders. Come on. So Grandpa Glasses, who's a glitch hunter in the Harry Potter console community, he was doing testing in HP2, and I think he was just like he was doing the bookcase climb. And he looked away from his computer. When he looked back, he was out of bounds, and he wasn't really sure how it worked. But he found that if you, on the very last frame of climbing up a ladder, change from... God, I can't remember which way around it is, but it's like if you change from holding an input to not holding any input, the game puts you to like a predetermined point for some reason. Just get to watch you climb up and down a ladder for hours. Come on. This normally doesn't take this long. It is frame perfectly moving the analog stick. I accidentally pressed the pause button there. Oh, come on. Okay. But yeah, optimally this saves about
How on earth do
2.5 minutes.
Here?
There's another one early on that saves like 7 seconds that's not worth going for. Unless you get it first try. But this is the content everyone came to see, right? Just me trying to get Scourge Skip. I was going to donate $5 for every failed Scourge Skip attempt, but I would be broke now, so I'm glad I didn't do that in the end, because I would have no money. There we go. There we go, easy. So that's what we meant to do. There's the exit's over here. You have to get to a very specific point to get the exit to function as an exit. We're going to do some more bean farming as well. So fun times. So if anyone wants to get a donation in for it to be read, now is a good time. Yep. You need to make USA lose in the polls. We need to make that very famous country Nordic. You know, the famously called Nordic country win. Oh my god, Gene, that's crazy. How is it in Nordic? Yeah, we need another 100 here because we're going to buy the potion vial. Imagine playing Harry Potter games in different languages. Ugh. I mean, 1 GBA is playing in Norwegian and 5 GBA is playing in like Dutch or something. 4 GBA is playing in Dutch or Danish. Nordician. No, can't say that on a charity stream. I think it would be a soft C, because otherwise it does sound like a... Yeah. Odyssean. Three GBA and 2 GBA I think are... I think 2 GBA is the same length in Spanish, but it doesn't save any time. And then these games haven't been timed. I know for the first 3 GBA games, Japanese is slower by a sizable amount. Like, by a lot. That's it, Swedish is, yeah. Japanese Neville is the epitome of great voice acting. Like, if you haven't, go and watch Japanese Neville during the cutscene where he gets freed from behind the tapestry. The voice acting is second to none.
Harry!
I managed to get Hogwarts in history, but it wasn't easy. Slytherin ambushed me.
Crikey! Can I have a look at the book, Harry?
Here you go.
Here it is. I'll read the passage out. Hogwarts was founded over 1,000 years ago by the 4 greatest witches and wizards of the age. Godric Gryffindor,
Crikey!
Hufflepuff, Rowena Ravenclaw, and Salazar Slytherin. For a while, the 4 founders worked in harmony
Anyway, if you go
seeking
to
out youngsters with magical abilities
SRDC, if you look at my previous runs, I did Japanese GameCube runs. So if you go to my obsoleted runs for the game,
Slytherin believes
it should be
that
there
magical
somewhere.
learning should be restricted to all magic families, and that no students
McGonagall
with
does,
non-magical
but we can't have that in
parentage
this
should be
game
admitted.
because we don't see
Eventually,
McGonagall
serious
until after
argument
this.
on the subject caused Slytherin to leave the school. He built a secret chamber in the castle of which
Slytherin
the
ambushed
founders
me.
knew
Slytherin weren't
nothing.
there.
According to the legend, Slytherin sealed this chamber of secrets so that no one would be able to open it until his own true heir
Also,
arrived
this is
at
probably
school.
going to be overestimate now because of
Heir
that.
alone would be able
But
to
it's fine.
unseal the chamber,
The next thing we have is
unleash the
me
horror
anyway, so I
within,
can just cut
and
into
use
that.
it to purge the school of all who are unworthy to study magic.
Blimey! I always knew Salazar Slytherin was a twisted old loony, but I
I
never,
never
knew
knew
he
he-
started all this,
all this
pure,
pure
blood,
blood,
mudblood
mudblood
stuff.
stuff.
It sounds to me like the horror within mentioned in the book is a monster that only the heir of Slytherin can control.
But what kind
It was
of
Fract.
monster?
The kind
Fract
of
and
monster
Banji.
that can petrify a ghost.
All this talk of monsters is giving me the creeps. I'm off to bed.
One was like, oh, there's a giant monster in Hogwarts. Cool. Good night. See you later. I don't know where Hermione's going because Hermione doesn't have a bedroom. Where did she go?
Hey!
Flibbity gibbet.
Where
Lost him.
did he go? Potion
How much is this Wiggenwell potion vial?
130.
So we won't be
every
coming back
flavour
here
beans.
for a while.
I'd like to buy that, please.
So everyone say goodbye to Fred and George for a bit. We only
Smart
see them
move,
at the end of the
Harry.
game.
Now you can carry even more Wiggenwell potion.
I thought that came up in chat anyway about. I thought it just said who unbanned who anyway. What am I doing? I I don't need to leave the shop. The entire reason that's there is that I can end day.
Gryffindor. Hufflepuff. Ravenclaw. Slytherin.
Either that whip or they just stole it from some... I assume they just stole it from Snape, I guess. Yeah, purple Huff. For some reason they're purple.
Morning, Ron. It's Transfiguration.
Why are they standing so close to each other?
Yeah, first floor. I'll meet you there.
I don't need to do that. Okay, so there's a cutscene that happens once we leave the common room, but if we just spam Stink Pellet, we skip the cutscene.
Harry!
Now we need to go and bean farm again. Bean farming! It's always fun. Everyone loves bean farming. The PS2 version has a much different way of farming beans. In the PS2 version, the max upgrade for the bean bag always gives you a full bean bag, and it respawns indefinitely, so you can just go there and grab it. In this version, you have to do this. What? Yeah, the sound effects are the best part. How are you meant to know if a bean's good or bad? It has to tell you if the bean's bad by doing a fart sound effect. Are you excited for the debug showcase? It is the best. Bean farming is the best part of the run. It's why we do it so much. Interestingly, people who know this game but don't know the speedrun might be thinking, oh, but isn't it Aberforce next? Aberforce is really dangerous. Like, why are you bean farming now? Why not do it after Aberforce where you won't get hit? And there is a reason for that, which I will show you once we get to Aberforce. Yeah, this room is the 7A of this game, especially because room 7A in this game doesn't exist. You can't go in that room. It's locked. So no farming card packs. Cool. 100 beans. Oh, this by far. Like, this is... I don't know, 4GBA is also quite dull. I guess they're both bad. In their own special ways. But yeah, so now we have Aberforce. So, this challenge, the intended way you do it is you go through some Scourge walls, you avoid some ghosts, then you go to another room, you have to do some really annoying platforming that's around the edge of the room. If you go too close to the wall, you can't grab the ledge. There's ghosts chasing you the entire time. You go grab the Aberforce spellbook, you do some egg stuff. You fight a gargoyle, and the gargoyle is really stupid because the floor doesn't work properly, so the gargoyle's casts go through the floor and you can't hit them. It's a really, really annoying challenge. It takes like 7.5, 8 minutes, casually. I say, like, in a speed run, it takes about 7.5 to 8 minutes if you do it optimally.
Yes, Professor? The Aberforce spellbook is located on the other side of this crawl space. Find it.
But you'll see, yeah, you'll see why we
You must then return here
why we did the bean farming before rather than after.
Off you go.
So we are here. We are in the room. What we're going to do is going to move back, get into the wall, move to the right, run for a bit, target, move into this corner, move the other way, hold forward, grab this invisible ledge that's over here, target the camera, do some jumps, grab this ledge here, move to the side, cast a Flipendo at this, move the other way, grab this ledge, jump across the gap, jump through the wall, and just leave, because, like, who needs to learn spells? Spells are overrated. But yeah, that just skips the entire challenge. Yeah, no other fours. We do have to go back into the classroom to progress the, to make the actual checklist progress to the next thing. But yeah, that was that method was originally discovered by Grandpa Glasses, but it was TAS only because it required doing L jumps, and they are possible RTA. But then I did some theory crafting, and I found a way to get the first bit without doing the L jump, and I found, yeah, so I sort of made the RTA viable. There was a method to skip other fours before that, but it was GameCube only because it required doing a different glitch called location storage, where you store your coordinates and then you jump around out of bounds. But that's not possible on Xbox. Okay, gnome tossing. I want to talk to you now.
Like to throw some gnomes and beat the record? It'll cost 15 beans.
Cool. Easy.
For breaking the gnome throwing record.
So optimally what you do here is you wouldn't go back and save, but I'm going to because I would rather not not have to do that again. So I'll take the, what is it, like 30-second time loss. So it is completely RNG. You can sort of make it look like it's not, but it is the placement of the rings, where they move in relation to each other, their distance away from you. It's all random.
Why don't you have a go at beating the current gnome throwing record, Harry?
Oh, by the way, this person, so Gnome Tossing 3, which is this one, and Gnome Tossing 4, the voice lines are swapped around with the wrong people, so that voice line is meant to be with Gnome Tossing 4. Double? No, just a 20. That's not going to hit. Yeah, that only hit the green. Oh my god. That was a bad angle. Okay, I have to get a double here to be able to get this. Yeah, and because we missed, we have to... Oh, that's not right. Because we missed, we quit out because we'd have to repay the bean total. We don't have enough beans. So it's just quicker to quit out rather than go and farm more beans. Which is why I also came back and saved between... If you were doing actual world record attempts, you wouldn't save. You just go for it.
Bet you can't throw a gnome further than the current record, Potter. Fancy a try? It'll cost 20 beans.
Okay, let's see if we can get this time. That's not going to hit. Yeah, annoyingly, like, there's a bit of delay between letting go of A and it actually throwing. So there's not really a reliable way of timing it either. And like I said, the distance they are away from you actually changes each time you try it. Third time's the charm. Let's get it this time.
The gnome throwing record's here to be beaten, Harry. Why don't you have a try? It'll cost 20.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. No. Come on. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Just get one more gold. By the way, if you tie the score, you don't beat the score, so you don't get the card. Fun. Double. Nice. Oh no, okay. So we're gonna have to wait a while. So what happened there was that sometimes when you throw gnomes off the wall, if they like hit the wall exactly, they clip through, which means they take longer to get out of bounds. So it takes longer for the cars to spawn.
Number 17.
Fun.
Morgan Le Fay.
No, now it's time for broom racing.
What do you say to a race? It'll cost 5 beans.
So now we have to actually do 6 broom racing in a row because... So essentially, how it's meant to be is there's meant to be 5 sets of each. And the broom racing and the gnome tossing you're meant to do like at the same time, so the same levels at the same time. But the issue is because the first gnome tossing is available on the first day, the first broom racing isn't, because the game, I think the game developers thought like, oh, you don't have a broom yet, it wouldn't make any sense. So it like lumps a ton of them together for the broom racing. Yeah, the PS2 version is basically this, but so it's made by different like developers, but it was made using the same base.
Well done, Harry. Here's a wizard card.
Number 26.
So the games are similar in design, but they play very differently to each other. The any % speedrun for the PS2 version is stupid as well. Just in case anyone wants to go and watch that run, it is not. It's cool that the run is possible. The run itself isn't very interesting. Yeah, then there's GBA, GBC. Fun fact, the Chamber of Secrets GBC 80% world record is probably the best world record in Harry Potter speedrunning. I agree. I think with PS2, if it wasn't for the fact the loading screens were so long, I think people would consider it the better casual one overall. But the loading screens are just so long that it makes a negative impact for the rest of the game.
You won well, Potter. Have this wizard card. Let's race, Harry. I won't lose this time.
Okay, only 4 more races.
7. Mirabella Plunkett.
Cheers, I think all the 6 games casually are fine. Like, 1's maybe the worst one casually, HP1, but they're all fine. None of them are like 5 GBA level or TS game level. There's not really much to talk about here because just flying through rings. So once again, if you want to get your donations read out, now's the time. Push your country into the lead on the...
Bad luck, Harry. Race again, and you might win.
Excuse me?
Fancy a race, Harry? You might not lose this time. It'll cost 10 beans.
I've never seen that happen before, ever. Like, ever. From anyone. I'm confused as to how that actually happened. But that's not how it works. It's the rings speed you up. And then if you are, they spawn in a way of like, if you fly through, you have like 3 or 4, it's 4 I think, you have 4 spawned ahead of you at any one time. So I'm very confused as to how that, hopefully it doesn't happen again. I'm so confused.
You won this time, Potter. Here's
That's
a
very
few
annoying.
switches and wizards
That throws
card.
off the beans as well.
Number 30, Artemisia Lufkin.
Let's go farm some beans. Because I am now 10 short. Well, I'm okay. Sure. That makes sense, clearly. So that's 4. Still 1 short. Welcome to my Let's Play of Chamber of Secrets on the Xbox. Sorry, I'll do it for you. Peppermint. Burgers. That was boogers and not burgers, by the way.
It'd be great to race you, Harry. What about it? It'll cost 10 beans.
At this point, this is essentially a Let's Play. This is definitely going over estimate. I think we're currently like 15 minutes behind world record. What is a speedrun if not a fast Let's Play? That's what all speedruns are.
You won well, Potter. Have this wizard card.
Number
Let's
31,
race, Harry. I won't
Baleful
lose
Blade.
this time. It'll cost
Sure.
15 beans.
Sure, I'll race you. Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot. What do I need to joke about? I need to make like some sort of inside joke. And then repeat it for the entirety of the run. And it not be very funny by the time we get to the end. Oh, so on this race, how your enemies fly is that they have like a set path and then they can like deviate slight amounts from that set path. So when you fly underneath that bridge, the other person can sometimes deviate enough that they fly into the bridge and spin out. Which, by the way, is something we haven't seen yet, but if you fly into a wall, you spin out and you get respawned.
Oh,
100% is all chambers. You have to go to every chamber in the game, which is just one, but it is technically all chambers.
I'm confident I'll beat you this time, Harry. Let's have another race. It'll cost 15 beans.
Number
Only these rings are the same colour though, it's fine.
Marjorie Rose.
You can actually fly out to the sun. It doesn't exist. You can glitch out of bounds and then fly out to the sun. Done.
For winning the race, you get a wizard card.
Number 34, Donahan Tremlett.
I'm missing a card, but I know which one it is, so that's fine. It's this one. Into the sun.
Number 21, Lord Stoddard Withers.
Quidditch. So now we're actually back to Quidditch. And so the reason if we remember all the way back to Aberforth, the reason we went back into Aberforth and back out again is because if we didn't do that, we couldn't get into Quidditch. It's the only reason we do it. There's a similar thing with the Incendio spell challenge, but that's only on GameCube. It only matters for GameCube. Because there's a skip that isn't possible on Xbox.
Gryffindor passes. Nice catch there by the Hufflepuff chaser. Katie Bell's taken a heavy hit there. Gryffindor's equalised.
Gryffindor's equalised.
Felt that tackle. The quaffle caught by Spinette. The passing's really accurate today. Nice catch there by the Hufflepuff chaser.
Okay, can we catch the snitch? Come on.
Gryffindor passes.
Yay! We're doing well. Everything else is falling apart, but Quidditch is A-okay. Cool, and now Ron's gonna be like, I'm tired, bye.
Well played, Harry. I suppose you're worn out after that. I am. I'm going to bed.
I hate the gold. Is that the snitch? Harry's seen the snitch. Hey! Whatever, however it goes in the... What's that, the PS1 version?
Gryffindor.
Oh! I forgot to get the lost and found item.
Hufflepuff.
Okay.
Ravenclaw.
Is that going to cause an issue? Probably.
Slytherin.
Would help if I remembered the route for this game. Whip, I have channel point goals to play HP4 to HP 7.2
You're not going to believe this,
games
Harry.
blind.
Hermione
It's just
wants
I
you
never
to meet her in
stream so
the
they can never be
girls'
redeemed.
bathroom on the second floor. She says
The
she's got
secret.
a plan to find out who the heir of Slytherin is. Really? Yes. Now hurry up.
Let me just work
Girls'
this out.
bathroom, second floor.
Isn't that supposed to be haunted?
I may have to... I have to come back up anyway. Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it this way, I think. So I'll go and grab the item now. It's going to lose a ton of time, but we don't have to worry about rerouting everything. So it's another thing I actually haven't talked about yet. So the house point ceremony cutscene where you shows how many house points everyone has. They're actually RNG, so the amount of house points you get is obviously dependent upon all the stuff you do. And then everyone else's are random. And depending on the number they choose, it can take longer or shorter amount of time to show that number. So those cutscenes can vary in length by like a good 5-6 seconds. Well, it does have to change a ton of stuff in these games. Like, originally all the portraits on the walls here were of the developers. But they got told to change it, so they have to change that.
Wattlebird.
I like the HP3 one, though, because HP3, there's one cutscene where they just walk through the floor to get into the common room. Cool. Okay, that sorts that out. Yeah, no, there are, and they also moved where the loading zone is. Because in the PS2 version, there's a loading zone there through that doorway I just walked through. And then there's not one into the common room. So, annoyingly, with how the items are routed in this game, the one time we have to actually come to this side room to get an item that we have to get for 100%, we don't need to do any bean farming. There's not really any other way of routing that without losing a ton of time, so...
Hermione?
There is an interview with... I say an interview. There's a video that one of the developers recorded in the Discord somewhere.
I wish people would stop interacting.
It does exist.
I do have feelings, you know, even if I am dead.
So what's this plan of yours, Hermione?
We need to find out who the heir of Slytherin is, so we can discover who wants all the students with non-magical parents out of Hogwarts.
Well, it's not me, I hope. Do you think it could be Draco?
Well, if it is, how do we prove it?
One of us needs to get Malfoy to answer a few questions without him realising it's us.
That's what I was thinking, which is why I've been making a polyjuice potion.
What's polyjuice potion?
Yeah, no, it was a while ago. It's like a video they
One of us
recorded
could change into a Slytherin, and Malfoy
of themselves, and
would
they
probably
posted it
tell us
somewhere. I
anything
can't
we
remember
wanted to
exactly
know.
where they
I
posted
managed
it.
to sneak a bit of Goyle's hair during
It's
Transfiguration
in the
class
Discord somewhere.
and mix it into this. One sip, Harry, and you'll look just like Goyle.
Oh, great.
Harry!
Oh! Harry! Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Now the voice actor gets to get their work in trying to pretend to be someone else.
This time of night.
I'm fine. I'm a Slytherin. Yeah, and at this point, if you go to the library, you can get caught by prefects and lose house points for Slytherin. And that used to be a thing that you have to do, 100%. But it's a stupid rule. There's a ghost here. Boo. Okay, I should remember to get the cards here. Yeah, if you walk into the Bloody Baron, he deals a ton of damage and you get knocked down. What's really stupid about them, though, is that... So the Bloody Baron, if you have beans when he hits you, you get damaged and then the beans fly out. But because the Bloody Baron also counts as being visible, as well as see-through...
Dorcas Wellbelow.
The beans like can land on top of the Bloody Baron and then get stuck on the ceiling, so that you can't grab them again.
Number 43, Cyprian Yowdle.
Come over here.
Come on, Goyle, get over here. You know, Goyle, I'm surprised the Daily Prophet hasn't reported what's going on here. I suppose Dumbledore's trying to hush it all up. He'll be sacked if it doesn't stop soon. Father's always said old Dumbledore's the worst thing that ever happened to Hogwarts. He loves that non-magical lot. A decent headmaster would never have let that jumped-up Granger mudblood in. And as for Saint Potter, the Mudblood's friend, he's another one with no proper wizard feeling. And people think he's the Slytherin heir. I wish I knew who it is. I
I
could
could
help.
help them.
Oh,
You must have some idea who's behind it all.
no, I haven't, Goyle. How many times do I have to tell you? But I know one thing. Last time the Chamber of Secrets was opened, a Mudblood girl died. So I bet it's only a matter of time before one of them's killed this time.
Yeah, I think we're currently
Granger.
on pace to be about
Draco,
5 minutes overestimate.
Going where?
Probably 10 minutes overestimate, but that's fine. It's organised in a way that because it goes into the debug showcase, we can sort of it's sort of all in one. Luckily.
And I need to get something for it.
And I need to get something. Okay, so here we have some more sneaking, and this one is actually a bit harder. Still not super hard, but I'm probably not going to fail it now I said that. But if you run around this corner and just cast down. Okay. For some reason that didn't work. Normally what happens there is that the prefect will hear the Flipendo cast and go towards it, but for some reason he didn't. But it's fine, I didn't get caught. Okay, now we need to go back to Hermione and tell her, hey, Malfoy's a bit weird. It's not him. Malfoy's not the heir of Slytherin.
Well,
It isn't him. Malfoy's not the heir of Slytherin.
oh,
He must be. Who else could it be? I don't know, but it's got to be someone who was here at Hogwarts 50 years ago. when
There
the
are
chamber
actually
was
so.
last opened.
well done, Harry. You did
The way
a great
Hogwarts
job.
works,
See you in the morning.
the maps you go to on the day and the maps you go to at night are different maps. Because so, for example, there are cards you can get in the girls' bathroom. There's 2 cards, but you can't get them during the night. You can only get them during the day. And I assume it's to avoid double cards, and like it just saves them time when having to
Ravenclaw.
Code it so that both the cards disappear at the same time.
Slytherin.
It does mean though that early chambers not possible, but if they were both on the same map, it would be possible. So sad times. Even though early chamber doesn't save time, but that's a different issue entirely.
Hello, Ron. What class have we got first today?
Hello, Ron.
It's Charms with Flitwick. I'll meet you on the 2nd floor.
Okay, now we have
Ethelred the Ever-Ready.
the only spell challenge that's actually a pain. And even this one has a skip in it. So every spell challenge has some sort of skip or trick or something. Also, sometimes stairs don't load in properly, so you stumble on the stairs sometimes. Nice little detail. Hi, Sammy. Just making our way
Good morning,
to
class.
Incendio.
Today's lesson will most assuredly involve us in learning how to cast the appositely named Bluebell Flames. The proper incantation for this charm is Incendio. You will now see that a crawl space has been revealed in the wall. Beyond this is the Incendio challenge. Mr. Potter, if you wouldn't mind coming forward, please. The Incendio spellbook is located on the other side of the crawl space. Once you've managed to collect it, the Incendio charm will be yours. You must then return here
Yes,
to
that
the
is weird.
classroom. Do you understand, Mr. Potter?
I do, Professor.
The game 7.2 DS is nowhere near as bad as people make out to be, but it's not a good game. It's just not like the abysmal failure that everyone says it is. Yeah, so now we're in Incendio. And this challenge has a GameCube only trick where you can like clip out of bounds using some stairs and skip some fights, but it doesn't work on Xbox. So we have to fight these gargoyles. Luckily, these ones are a lot quicker because they have a different attack pattern. So what we do is we do a reflect, then it will do a smaller cast, but we can grab this. I was too close, it's my bad. And this is another. Okay. Gone a bit slower than I would like it to have done. Okay, we'll go to the right. Cool. So ultimately you can do that in like 5 attacks, but that took 7 because I got knocked over twice. Now we have another one coming up straight away. There's actually 3 in this spell challenge, but we only fight 2 because the third one is useless. Because we do something to skip it. There we go, that's what that's meant to look like. And then this attack, you can hit it, but it's annoying to hit. Now we need to equip Avaphors. That's what Avaphors is for. And in 80%, I believe that is in an 80% run, that's the only time you'd use it. We also never learned Scourge Whip. Anyway, so yeah, we can use the door to push us back out of bounds, and that just skips having to do the other gargoyle fight. Cool, and then there you're meant to cast in all four of the flame holders to get the door to stay open, but you can just run through the door as it's closing. And then you'll notice that any time that we sort of do something in this challenge, like some black bars appear, like that. What's meant to be happening is that there's a ton of cutscenes in this area where it like shows the bars going down, it shows the flames moving. Because we did that skip of the gargoyles in the other room, it skips every other cutscene in this challenge, so it saves a ton of time that way as well. It's one of the first things discovered in this game. The first skips discovered in this game were Expelliarmus skip, Leaky Cauldron Jump, and this. And then what we're going to do here is normally you're meant to do them one at a time, and then these flames block the way. But you can do this. You can just run straight past it. Excuse me, can you not? Scourge is used. There is a Scourge rule in the library to get to a card. It's not used in anything that's any percent specific, so any percent actually never uses Scourge. Any percent uses Scourge no times and Avaphors once. That's any percent. Because all the Scourge rules are in the Avaphors challenge.
Excellent, Potter. 40 house points to Gryffindor. That is all for today. Class dismissed.
There you are, Potter. Just
there you are,
Potter.
Potter.
We've got a Quidditch match against Ravenclaw.
He just walks straight into the class. He's like, I don't care.
Hurry along.
So here's another little cool strat you can do. With Alohomora, normally when you cast Alohomora, you're frozen in time for like a small amount of time while the spell casts. But if you stand right next to the thing you're Alohomora-ing, and then pause the game whilst the Alohomora is going off, you can move again. So it saves like a fraction of a second each time you do it.
Devlin Whitehorn. Number 42, Crispin Kronk.
Okay, now we get to go back to our favourite room. Back to bean farming. There's actually a there's a system in the game for skipping cutscenes, but it isn't used, but it is in the game. So it's confusing. So compared to the current world record, we're about 20 minutes behind-ish. Because this run has not been good. Compared to what world record would be once the new rule set comes in, we are ahead by about 20 minutes. So this run will not be world record, but it will become world record eventually. If that makes sense. So there was a vote. There's a vote going on, but I'm probably going to close it after this run because I think hasn't had any votes for a while. To include the Stink Pellet, Luminous Balloon, and Beanbag upgrades in the definition for 100%. Because before they weren't. They were at first, and then it was changed, and then they weren't. And now we're voting on whether they should again. And it's gotten I think about 50% of the people who voted said they wanted it to be included. And then it's like 30% said they wanted it not to be, and 20% said something really weird. So that's probably going to go through, which is why I'm doing this on the new rule set. It makes the run slightly longer and also slightly more RNG heavy. Come on. Yeah, any trifectas or anything like that will become invalid, I imagine, yes. The thing is, with the other two games, with the other 6th gen games, it's really easy to define 100% because obviously 100% is defined by the percentage counter. This game doesn't have a percentage counter. So we sort of have to sort of go with what we decide the route is and what the rules are.
Number 76, Myron Wagtail.
Okay, so we're going to save here again because we have more gnome tossing coming up.
Stop it! Stop it!
Why don't you have a go at beating the current gnome throwing record, Harry?
Yeah, so this person's dialogue is wrong as well. That's their swap to the previous gnome tossing person. Okay, first try. Yep, 7.1 DS where Reki was beaten. Cool. Easy every time.
You beat the record. Have a wizard card, Harry.
Number 19, Newt Scamander.
There's no, you don't get a card for gnome dunking at this point, so we're gonna just
Fancy a
not do
race,
that
Harry?
now.
It'll cost 20 beans.
Yeah, so the dialogue for that one and the dialogue for the gnome tossing person before was swapped. So the previous one had her voice and the other one had his voice, and she had his voice. Yeah, I did keep saying to Liam the 7.1 DS Reki is not good and it's easily beatable, and Liam kept saying no, it's a good run. Nope.
You won well, Potter. Have this wizard card. Fancy another race, Harry?
Yeah,
See if
sure.
can
I'll
beat
give you
me
another
again.
race. Let's
It'll
do it.
cost 20 beans.
Number 35, Bowman Wright.
I mean, luckily, so I think PS2 actually does all of this at the end of the run. Like, I think it does it all at the same time, so luckily we can sort of spread it out if we have to. Because, yeah, bean farming means that you can't just do it all at one time. You lose tons of time going back to bean farming. And after this we have more Quidditch. And speaking of Quidditch, the donations are still open for the poll. Choose the team for Quidditch World Cup. Make sure you get your donations in. At the moment, the first and second place are literally a couple of dollars between them. Like, literally, I think it's like less than $2 between Australia and USA.
Well done, Harry.
So make sure to get those donations in.
Number 84,
You won
Roland
last
Kent.
time we raced. Think you can win again? It'll cost
I think
30
France is
beans.
in last place. Yes, no, it's cool, Gene. So yeah, a reminder that all the money we are raising is going to the Trevor Project, which is a charity which raises money for LGBTQ plus youth. They create safe space for children. They work with children to make them feel safe. They're a great charity. Great cause. So yeah, donate.
For winning the race, you get a wizard card.
Number 37, Cassandra Vablatsky.
Quidditch time. No, imagine me streaming handheld. No, it's I do run handheld. I don't stream it as much. I stream a lot more 6th gen than I do handheld, but I do some sometimes.
Ravenclaw versus Gryffindor. I'm sure the players are hoping they don't get
Yeah, so you can avoid these guys. They try to fly into you because they're cheats. They spend like half the game literally just targeting you, flying at you, and just trying to fly into you. Oh. Where is it? Come on. Okay, please catch. Come on, catch the snitch. Thank you. Quidditch is going really, really well.
Ravenclaw will really be kicking themselves after that performance.
There's only one Quidditch match left after this, thank God. Ravenclaw's best house.
What to match. Those Ravenclaws didn't know what hit them. Anyway, I don't know about you, but I'm worn out just from cheering. I'm going to bed.
Yeah, so there's a card here that we're going to grab.
Number 50.
And then we can end the day.
Gryffindor. Hufflepuff. Ravenclaw. Slytherin.
Slytherin. Yeah, it's a weird place for a card. It's just like, oh yeah, it's behind these rocks underneath like some cobweb.
Hey,
oh, no, we have this cutscene.
What do you think of this? I was on my way back to the dormitory when I heard moaning Marta in her bathroom. Apparently, someone had tried to flush it down her toilet. She was in a right state. Careful.
Well, so now we get to see the amazing quality of 2002 Xbox GameCube graphics and design and model design that Harry's cape will now constantly clip into himself.
Riddle. Hang on. I know that name.
Harry's just going to clip into himself the entire time, essentially.
Special services for the school 50 years ago. I know that because Filch made me polish his shield about 50 times in detention.
Well, whoever he was, he didn't write in it.
It's completely blank. I wonder why someone wanted to try and get rid of it then.
Weird. Harry
went to bed before anyone else in his dormitory that night, mainly because he wanted to examine Riddle's diary. He sat on his four-poster and
Harry leaves his wand on the entire time because that, yeah.
Hello, Harry Potter. My name is Tom Riddle.
I'm at Hogwarts and horrible stuff's been happening. Do you know
Harry has no animation without his wand.
Of course I know about the Chamber of Secrets. In my 5th year, the chamber was opened and the monster killed a girl. I caught the person who opened the chamber and he was expelled. I can show you if you like.
The PS2 version of most cutscenes are better. They're just better designed.
Okay.
Harry sat entranced by the memory Tom Riddle showed him.
Evening, Hagrid.
What are you doing down here, Tom?
It's all over. I don't think
what you doing down here, Tom?
But monsters don't make good pets now, do they?
No.
It never killed no one.
Come on. The least Hogwarts can do is make sure the thing that killed that girl is slaughtered.
It wasn't him. He wouldn't. He never. No!
It was Hagrid, Ron. Hagrid opened the Chamber of Secrets 50 years ago. Go tell Hermione.
Harry just shaking his head.
To go and see Hagrid. Number 52, Felix Summerby.
Okay, what do I need to do? Where is Hermione sleeping now? There are no other bedrooms. And the only people we ever see in the common room are like Harry, Ron, and sometimes Neville. By the way, there's an item in here we have to grab. That's why we're coming in here. Wait, Harry, are you telling me that there's a giant snake running around the school? Oh, well, I'm tired, Harry. I'm off to bed. So now we're going to head to the Forbidden Forest, which once again also has another instance of huge RNG. Fun. So yeah, that happens later. It's like later. It's like Hermione's been petrified. Oh no! Anyway, Harry. All this game is just you do a ton of stuff and then Ron goes, "Do you know what, Harry? I'm tired."
Away? Away to where? No, not the wizard prison. Not Azkaban.
I'm afraid so. A dreadful thing.
Azkaban.
As of this moment, you are suspended as headmaster of Hogwarts. If the governors want my removal, Lucius,
No!
I shall of course step aside.
No!
However, you will find that I will only truly have left this school when none here are loyal to me.
Now Hagrid's gonna destroy Lucius Malfoy.
Always to be given at Hogwarts to those who ask for it.
Of course, if anyone wanted to find out some stuff, all they'd have to do would be to follow the spiders. That'd lead them right. That's the key to the whole thing. And that's all I'm saying.
Through Lucius Malfoy's head.
Come along now, Hagrid. We don't
Take the
want to
key.
keep the Dementors waiting now, do we?
All right, I'm coming.
You sneak over. Yep. Keep sneaking, Harry. No one will see you. So you can actually skip that cutscene on the PS2 version by using a very convoluted glitch. But it is skippable. He's doing a bit of a dance before he picks up the key. But yes, now we're in the Forbidden Forest. Harry just casually having a stroll. Harry's not in any rush. It's not like Hagrid's going to the worst prison in the Wizarding world. There's 4 cards in Forbidden Forest. There's 1 in this area, and then there's 3
Number 66,
in the later area.
Flavius Belby.
Also, fun fact, the spiders can push you out of bounds, just randomly. If they hit you in a certain way, they can push you out of bounds. Doesn't save any time. Normally, it means you have to respawn yourself. It's not fun.
Is it Hagrid?
Not exactly, but I'm a
friend of Hagrid's.
Hagrid has never sent men into a hollow before.
Hagrid's in trouble. That's why I've come.
In trouble?
They think up at the school that Hagrid's been setting a something on students. They've taken him to Azkaban.
But that was years ago. Everyone
I see someone's been
thought
reading
I
Scottish
was the
play.
monster that dwells in the chamber
I think that's a Scottish play.
secrets.
I think that's the right one.
They thought Hagrid had opened the chamber and set me free, which was why he was expelled from Hogwarts.
So you didn't come from the Chamber of Secrets?
Yes, the entire
No, I come from a
the
distant
entire
land.
story of
Hagrid
Macbeth
cared for me.
is that it's to do with the firstborn,
A
but because she had a
girl who was killed
cesarean,
50
they're not the
years ago.
firstborn.
Who was discovered in a bathroom, and I have not seen any of the castle apart from the cupboard I grew up in.
If it wasn't you who killed that girl, then what?
I don't know what you're on about. He looks completely normal.
Speak of it.
I'll just go then.
Go.
So all we have to do here is go around and burn some webs.
I cannot deny my children.
It's actually possible. So if you complete this area and then start another run without resetting the console, this area soft locks. Once you burn the last web, it won't continue.
Number 62, Ignatia Wildson.
Also, this area is very laggy, so enjoy that. Aragog is just annoying. The Aragog fight is one of the worst parts. With Quidditch, it's one of the worst parts of the run. And in practice, I got a perfect Aragog fight, so I'm not going to get it now. Annoyingly. This area is also full of invisible ledges, so sometimes you might see me jump and just grab something randomly. It's not my fault. This area is just broken. Yeah, HP1 gives you so much health. This game, every time you get 10 cards, it increases your health meter. I'm going to jump into the pit there. Yeah, every time in this game that you grab 10 cards, you get 0.5 increase on your health. Where am I? I got confused there. Not point, yeah, 5%, so 0.05. Thanks for the luck, Simeon. I need it, this run has not gone well. Yeah, we're nearly out of the... We have to do this, and then there's another Quidditch match, and then there's Basilisk, and then all the stories done. And then there's some stuff we have to do after Basilisk. Check if there's been any donations. No, make sure to get donations in, everyone. Just keep saying it. We need the USA to go down in the poll. And then there's a final card up here.
Number 64,
Ow.
Sunder Sykes.
Yeah, so this web, sometimes, well, not sometimes, if you burn it after having already played on a game where you've burnt it and not reset the console, the game doesn't progress because there's like a flag that sets, but it doesn't like reset itself unless you reset the console. Anyway, here's the fight. So what happens here is that he can do three things. He can charge at you, or he can show his stomach like that, or he can do a stomp attack like that. Come on, stomach. Oh, nice. Oh my goodness, come on. Ah, nearly. This fight can take anywhere from like 10 seconds to like 3 hours. Be careful I don't die. If you die, he refills all his health. Come on. Ow. Oh wow, okay, cool. Sure. Done. That was an incredibly good fight. But yeah, that's how you get the other potion vial. For some reason. Don't ask me why.
Thanks, Rob. That was great. No problem.
Yeah, but yeah, so whatever attack he chooses is based on global RNG. So there's no way of manipulating it either.
Chamber of Secrets. He was innocent. Wait a minute. Something Aragog said. Ron, that girl who died.
Aragog said
she was found in a bathroom. What if she never left the bathroom? What if she's still there?
You don't think... Not Moaning Myrtle.
Myrtle? It would make a lot of sense if it was.
Oh! In all the excitement, I forgot. Someone's been up to the dormitory and taken the diary.
What?
I went to look for Hermione, but I couldn't find her. When I got back to the dormitory, the diary was missing.
What?
What?
So. But only Gryffindor could have stolen it. Nobody else knows our password.
Exactly. Anyway, I'm off to bed. See you, Harry.
See you, Ron. And thanks for rescuing me.
You're my best friend. It's my job.
Oh, I need to do some equipping here. What do I need to equip? Nothing, apparently. Okay, sure. I'm sure I'll find out in a sec, but I did need to equip something.
Gryffindor. Hufflepuff. Ravenclaw. Slytherin.
I slept in.
Oh, I must have slept in. Oh no, the Quidditch match.
Okay, lost and found. Yep, Defendo over Incendio, Skyrim, Defendo. I mean, how close do they think all these events happen together? We only see like 6 days of his. We're just meant to assume they all happen at like over the 6 days. Okay, so now we're going to do some card collecting. So we're going to go to all these classrooms and grab cards. Oh. Also, Oliver Wood's been super on, like, coming to every single one of his classes and being like, Harry, just remember. But they have the final Quidditch match of the season, and he's like, nah, Harry will turn up. It's all good.
Queen Maeve.
Okay.
Number 83, Roderick Plumpton. Number 31, Balfour Blaine.
So yeah, you're going to see me going to a lot of random classrooms, just grabbing random cards. They sort of ran out of places to put the cards. They, oh, that's the wrong one. It's this one. I know what I'm doing. Just reach through the lid of the chest.
Number 79, Oswald Beamish.
Where's the other one? There. I mean, it works with, because his character in the book is meant to be like super overbearing. There's the Mona Lisa, there's the Mona Lisa. Yeah, this was the right way. So that's where Dumbledore's office is. So if you don't skip the cutscene, this is where you end up, near the beginning. There's a card over here.
Number 73, Mopsus.
Clearly someone put all these cards here just for us. Clearly. And now we're going to go back into this classroom. Because unfortunately we don't have the spells earlier on to get all the cards in here. So we have to get them now. That girl's just watching us in the background. She's like, oh, it's cool. It's Harry Potter getting a card. How exciting. There's a chest there.
Number 95, Yardley Platt.
And then there's a scourge up there. Move out of my way. Harry carries them all around with him.
Number 93,
Clearly.
Heathcote Barbary.
We only, I don't think we eat any chocolate frogs in this run. Oh no, we eat the one that Miss Weasley gives us. No, there's 2 she gives us, but other than that we don't pick any up.
Number 58, Glover Hitworth.
Okay, now we go into the... I call it a shortcut. It takes longer to do this than it does to just go down the stairs normally, but it is technically a shortcut. So there's a card in here. This is number 98.
Number 98, Dimphna Firmage.
And now we get to go to the library. We get to actually see the library for the first time, like properly.
Number 77. Norvel Twonk.
Go up this way. Yeah, here's the Scourge Wall we have to get rid of. Hopefully that hit the Scourge Wall. And then this chest has a card. Each of these rooms has like 2 or 3 chests, and some of them have tricks in, some of them have beans in.
Number 9. Gunhilder of Gorsborn.
But we just want ones with cards. Did I hit it? No. And then here it's... Oh. Nice. That ghost does not like me.
Hello.
Hello, June.
Hi. Your host is back. But hello. Also, welcome to all the new people. I've seen a lot of voice in chat, so
Number
good morning to all y'all. And just a reminder to donate to the charity that we are supporting this year, the Trevor Project, that works with suicide prevention through hotlines and chat services, as well as educating parents and educators on the LGBTQ plus community. And we're very proud to support them. We chose this charity as a speedrunning community. Everyone voted and stuff. It was great. So my recommendation is to donate and using our polls to vote for which team you want to see in the Quidditch World Cup, which is coming up now in 5.5 hours time. So you can vote for different teams right now.
Andros the Invincible.
Earlier, the USA America is in the lead by $2. And come on, that's too basic. We want to see some other teams, so you can put donations towards that. Australia is second place. Me personally, I want to see Nordics, the country Nordics. They have a great team this season, so definitely want to see those. But yeah, it's exclamation point donate in the chat. I will be reading out the donations as well if you want to say something.
Number
cool
67, Justus Pillywickle.
Shout out to someone, say some happy birthdays. You can say happy birthday to me. It's my birthday in 2 days.
Number 6,
you know,
nice. Curly Duke.
I'll really appreciate that. And yeah, it's a great cause, and what better thing to do with your Saturday, not longer morning, but early afternoon. So yeah.
Nice. If we get like $50 worth of donations between now and the end of the stream, I'll sing happy birthday for you, Gene.
Oh my gosh! Wait, how much? 50?
50.
Alright guys, get it to $50. I want SLS to sing happy birthday. Actually, you guys don't know this. SLS is a really good singer. He does musical theater and stuff. So, like, it's gonna be quality performance. Quality performance.
Yeah,
so,
sure.
So like, you have half an hour to get those in. Let's go.
Yeah. Morning SLS with no war-up will be stunning. But yeah, we have Quidditch again. Final Quidditch.
In the last match of the year. 2 great lineups here today, apart from one particular player on the Slytherin.
If we lose this one, we lose the Quidditch Cup. And I forgot to save, so if we lose this, the run is invalid, but I'll finish anyway. Oh, mistake. And this one is the hardest one because Bludgers just run into you all the time. And also the path thing for the snitch is insane. Come on, catch the snitch. Okay, let's catch it. Come on. Yay, we win. Well done.
They'll be crying into
Well done, Harry.
beer in the Slytherin common room this evening.
Easy.
It is with
That's the sort of
great
Quidditch you want to get an
pleasure
80%.
that I present the Quidditch Cup to Gryffindor.
Yeah, but they make Draco just stand there. Draco just awkwardly is like, oh cool, okay. Harry does a nice bow. And we've won the Quidditch Cup, so that is another thing for 100% sorted. Dumbledore standing with his hands very far out.
Harry, that was wicked! Oh, it's such a pity Hermione didn't get to see it.
What? Where was she?
Hermione wasn't at the match. No, I haven't seen her since she ran off this morning. I don't know. She's probably got her head stuck in a book somewhere.
Where could Hermione
Anyway,
have been?
I'm worn out. I'm off to bed.
The way they move is just so uncanny. I forgot to do any equips. I meant to do some equips, I'll do them in a sec.
Gryffindor.
Hufflepuff.
Hufflepuff.
Ravenclaw.
Ravenclaw.
Oh, poor Ravenclaw.
Slytherin.
Is it Sammy? Where do you live? That is...
Gosh, you just got a donation from the best host. $5, and the message is, "I want that birthday song."
Where were you, Ron? I've been to McGonagall's office.
45 more bucks to go, guys, and
McGonagall
I
told me
get my
that
happy
Ginny's gone
birthday
missing.
song
They
from
can't
a
find her anywhere.
professional musical theater
It gets
artist.
worse.
I want that. So
She was attacked.
donate
She's
it.
petrified. Huh? They found
Also,
her
I
just like nearly
flew
Headless
towards
Nick. Outside
Nordic
Moaning
countries.
Myrtle. Steph is aboard. McGonagall told me that they were
or
doing
no,
everything
no,
they
the
could to
country
find Ginny.
Nordics. I
So,
flew towards
I went to see
that
Hermione.
country.
Yeah,
in
there's
I found
the
a
country
piece of
that is
paper
called
in her
Nordic.
hand.
Yeah.
A page torn from an old library book. That must have been what she was doing before she was attacked. What was the page about? It was all about basilisks. They're giant snakes that live for hundreds of years. Apparently.
All this cutscene is just basically them explaining the entire story of Chamber of Secrets in one cutscene. Because why not? Why show it in any way, shape, or form when you can just sort of have two characters standing still, just shouting words at each other? Pipes! Pipes, Ron!
This is the answer.
The Chamber of Secrets!
The Chamber of Secrets is a basilisk, a giant snake. That's why I've been hearing the voice and nobody else has heard it. It's
Because I understand parcel tongue.
Harry, do you think Ginny might be in the Chamber of Secrets along with that flipping big snake?
They literally just plot dump.
Castle, but no one knows where the chamber is. We've got to find her. Okay, so what we need to know is how the basilisk's been getting round the place. A giant snake. Surely someone would have seen it. Pipes! Pipes, Ron! It's been using the plumbing. I've been hearing the voice inside the walls. The entrance to the Chamber of Secrets.
What if it's a bathroom? Oh my goodness, Ron, how perceptive.
Myrtle's bathroom. Okay, so what do we do? The place is crawling with prefects looking for Ginny. I'll go first. You join me in Moaning Myrtle.
Ooh,
on the
Harry.
second floor.
I say. Alohomora over stink pellets. Depending over Scourge. There we go. We have to grab this card first, though. I know everyone in school is in peril, but we need these lost and found cards. Yeah, like the entire game's a mystery, and then at the end they're like, "Hey, guess what? There's a snake." Yeah, cool. But we need to really rush. Like we need to defeat this snake so it doesn't kill anyone. Go find the snake, the slithery little snake. Actually, screw the snake. We're going to go and Bean Farm. There's one left, Nixo. Nixo, you've missed possibly the worst run of this game I have ever done. It's not good. So, during Scourge Skip, I did a pause after one of the stutter jumps to hold a direction. And I paused the game and it did like a double input, so it unpaused the game straight away, so I did a stumble, so I failed Scourge Skip to actually redo the entirety of a restricted section. So I lost like 10 minutes there. And obviously it's different routes, I have to do different stuff, so I'm currently like 17 minutes behind world record. But also, with the new rule set, I'm about 23 minutes ahead of that world record. No, not that much, like... Well, how much would I be? 20, like... 20... No. 17-ish, maybe. We can do karaoke for the in-person Potterthon, clearly. Why am I going back in? I have enough beans. It's fine, I'll... grab these. Okay, grab an extra 10, why not? Is it karaoke, but you can only do Harry Potter songs? So you have to do like Very Potter musical.
Oh,
Yeah, like
it's you, Harry
yeah.
Potter. What do you want this time?
To ask how you died.
Oh, it was dreadful. It happened right here.
Oh, it was awful, Harry.
Olive Hornby was teasing me about my glasses. I was crying when I heard someone come in. It was a boy, and he began speaking a different language. I went to tell him to go to use his
Acapella.
own bathroom, and then
There's no L in acapella, so it's just A-C-A-P-E-L-L-A.
remember seeing these great big eyes.
Where exactly?
So a ton of people just go there going dum 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 dum.
Harry, say something. Something impossible.
Bum 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 bum.
Okay then. Open up. English.
Oh yeah, let's do 4-part harmony, double troll and trouble.
I'm going down there.
Wherever Nixo goes, people follow.
Oh, I must be miles under the school.
He's miles under the school, guys. Miles, literal miles.
Ginny?
She won't wait.
Tom?
Tom Riddle?
She's still alive, but only just.
You've got to help me, Tom. We've got to get her out of here. There's a basilisk and it could be along at any moment.
The basilisk won't.
I can't remember how that song. It's like.
Let me tell you about the real reason Ginny's like this. She's been writing in the diary.
Something like that.
My diary for months. I grew stronger and stronger on a diet of her deepest fears until I had enough power to start pouring a little of my soul back into her.
What do you mean?
Ginny Weasley opened the Chamber of Secrets. She daubed threatening messages on the walls and set the Serpent of Slytherin on the mudbloods.
Oh,
that
good.
nearly
That
had this
good to
nip.
zoom in on the snake.
I'm afraid so. Ginny told me all about you, Harry. So I decided to show you my famous capture of that great oaf Hagrid to gain your trust.
You framed Hagrid!
Yes. But you, Harry Potter, how is it that you managed to defeat the greatest wizard of all time?
Why do you care?
Haven't you realised yet?
So what's funny is that
Lord Voldemort.
if there were a way to get out of bounds, you could end day.
Sorry to disappoint you and all that.
If there were a way to get out of bounds in the bathroom, you could end day, set it up so you end day after entering the Chamber of Secrets. So you could set it up so that you basically watch his cutscene and then end day and go to bed.
To business, Harry. I'm going to teach you a little lesson. Let's match the powers of Lord Voldemort, heir of Salazar Slytherin, against the famous Harry Potter. Kill him.
Guys, it's still time. It's still time to get those donations in. I got up really early this morning to host for you guys. The least you can do is donate to charity so I get a show.
You can still smell him.
I'm
Kill
just
him.
saying, you know? Also roll for Nordic countries in the Quidditch World Cup.
So this is Basilisk. This fight is very boring. There's technically a task strat you can do to save a minute over the fight, but it is not viable RTA whatsoever because it involves basically just getting insanely good RNG, and it isn't viable RTA. Sad. Where's the sword there? I mean, the snake knocked the beans out of Harry. Harry has to get the beans back. Clearly. Surprised he didn't do like a grass flavour. It's like you're fighting a giant snake, Harry. Calm down. You don't need to eat them. Just pick them up and save them for later.
Kill the boy.
But yeah, this fight is basically just you wait for it to attack. Each phase it does one extra attack, and then you zap its face. It's the easiest fight out of all the games. What am I forgetting? Yeah, no, it's the easiest fight out of all the games. You can make Harry do ballet. Ballet. Ballet.
Die, Harry Potter.
Where is it there? Come on. Open your mouth. Come on. The final time the snake, the basilisk always comes out of the mouth. Can I grab this health? Come on. I got it. A piece of cauldron cake.
Ginny is dying, Harry.
Fun fact, Whip. The laser, I think, functions differently on the PS2, because I think on the PS2 you have to aim it. On the GameCube and Xbox, it auto-aims. Like, it just hones in on the mouth. Oh. PS1 as well. I think PS2, you have to aim it. I stopped reading for a sec. Magic Fang! Boom! Can't have Harry getting the fang, it has to fly magically round in the air. I mean, I think I'm putting us... We'll be behind after this run, I think, but then debug is obviously debug, so that can take as long as possible. Also, Harry's going to cut Ginny's arm off.
I swear I didn't mean to. Riddle made me do it.
Ginny doesn't need her arm.
It's all right. Riddle's finished. Come on, Ginny. Let's get out of here.
Harry!
Harry!
Ron! Hermione!
Also, here's Ron being an absolute prick.
How are you feeling?
A lot better now, thanks. I'm really disappointed. With all that's happened, Professor McGonagall has cancelled this year's exams. I was really looking forward to doing all of that revision.
As you can see, Harry, Hermione's made a complete recovery.
She was in a coma!
Anyway, did you know that the House Cup is about
Let her
to be
have this
awarded?
one thing.
Presentations in the Great Hall.
Yeah.
No, Lockhart literally doesn't come back.
Beat Slytherin. I'd really love to see Malfoy's face if we managed to
Look,
do it
Hots,
2
look,
years
Hots.
in a row.
I think in the final cutscene, rather than that, he's only in his lesson. So we go outside and do some flying now. Racing, that's what we're doing.
Hi, what do you say to a race? It'll cost 40
beans? A lot of money. Yeah, so we only have 3 of these left. We do 2 of them now, and then we'll do 1 later when we come back down. Just because the way beans work, it just makes more sense. Harry says accept, because that's what comes up on the button. He can either say accept or decline. So he looks into their face and he goes, accept, decline. And now he's just shouting go at the top of his lungs. Ow. Move out the way. Oh yeah, I don't think he says anything in this game. He's like, oh. You press decline and he just disappears. Yeah, but the PS2 version is a more refined version of this game. Oh, Nick, so I failed one of the flying lessons, but it wasn't my fault. Not flying lessons. I failed one of these races, but it wasn't my fault.
Well done, Harry. Here's a wizard card.
Number 38.
Let's race,
Chauncey
Harry.
Aldridge.
I won't lose this time. It'll cost 40 beans.
Oh. Okay. Zoom. No, so on one of these races I went through the green ring, but it didn't count as going through the green ring, so I just didn't finish the race. For some reason. So I lost the race. Yeah, race is not Quidditch. I said the wrong thing. Come on, let me pass. Slow down. You have to let me win. I'm the boy who lives. I just beat a basilisk. You have to let me win. Go away. Come on. Yeah, so we do these 2 and then there's a third one, but we will do it later because we will need to farm more beans for it.
You won this time, Potter. Here's a famous Witches and Wizards card. Let's race, Harry. I won't lose this time.
Number 39.
50 beans.
Gwenog Jones.
And then there's one final card in here, but we can't get it earlier because we have to have Incendio to get it. How are we doing on time, by the way? Does anyone... Because I assume we're already over the estimate.
Number 60. Laverne de Montmorency.
Really? Oh, okay. That makes no sense, but sure. Okay, so now we're going to do some more we are going to do some more bean farming, but we're also going to do some more card grabbing. Some other stuff. There's Dumbledore. Just hanging out. Oh, wrong way. Yeah, this one's not been great all round. I can definitely improve it. But it should... Oh. Also, there's a new little strap, Nick, so... Enjoy that.
Number 87. Thaddeus.
Yeah, this run should still be... better than other runs, but it's not been a great run.
Number 91. Wilfred Elphick.
Oh, no, that's not right. I need to go in here.
Number 84. Roland Kegg.
No, it's just if you use Alohomora, you can then open the menu while Alohomora is casting to skip the animation. That's all it is. So now we go to the library for the final time. There's one more item in here. It's this chest. Not my beans. Oh no.
Number 11. Herpo the Fowl.
We don't, because we have to grab this. There's a... By the way, we can glitch this door. Fun fact. We don't go for any of these earlier because we have to get the tarantula, and that's a lost and found item. There's 2 separate lost and found items that are both in the library.
Number 12.
So you have to come here 2 separate times anyway.
Merwin the Malicious.
So we just do them on the sides that we are on when we do them anyway. So now we're going to go and do bean farming, because nothing says fun like bean farming. If someone wants to look into it, there is another method to bean farm which is faster. It's just, at the moment, it's too random to use, but there may be a way of making it less random, maybe. If anyone wants to run this category, which I recommend you do, please do. There's currently only 4 people on the leaderboard, and 2 of them are Liam and Nick, so who've won everything. Whip's cheating. I mean, don't all 3 runners just cheat all the time? Like that's the thing, isn't it? I I think it's something like 1 in every like 8.75 trillion or something. Cheap. I don't know. I think I saw that in a dream once. Me beans. I need 90. Cool. I only need 90, but if you're here, you may as well farm anyway. Oh, that is the wrong way. I need to go up the stairs. Because there's some cards here. Yeah, there's beans of all flavours.
Number 92, Xavier Rascal.
Okay, I need to be careful here because there's a fire crab in this room, and if it hits me, I lose beans. Die!
Number 43, Cyprian Yaudel.
Cool. Yeah, you just hit them with Incendio. That's why there's fire crabs in the Incendio challenge.
Number 82, Rowena Ravenclaw. Number 99, Daisy Dodderidge.
I'm not sure whether it's possible to play stuff backward compatible. So, theoretically, it's faster to do trading on the way up. However, when you trade cards with people, their cards go to Fred and George's shop. And we need to buy a card specifically from Fred and George's shop now. So we have to grab that card now, so it's better to grab it when there's no cards there, because it doesn't tell you which card is. But it's the card that we skipped. There's a card in Arrow Falls that we skipped, so we're going to buy it.
Gideon Crumb. Flibbity Gibbet.
Flibbity Gibbet. Yeah, so now we're going to buy all the expansions.
How much is this stink pellet bag?
20
Where's the card?
every flavour beans.
There.
I'd like to buy that, please.
Also, you can buy a 4th potion vial,
Now you can carry
but it
more
doesn't come.
stink
It doesn't
pellets, Harry.
reappear.
How much is this famous Witches and Wizards card?
30 Bertie Bott's every flavour beans.
I'd like
You can also
to buy
rebuy
that,
the
please.
Alhomor spellbook if you really want to.
That's one of our spare cards. Good luck with completing your collection, Harry.
Oh,
Number
okay. I'm
85,
dumb. I've worked it out.
Stalk,
It's being
balloon
stupid.
holster. What does this cost?
20 Bertie Bott's every flavour beans.
I'd like to buy that, please.
Someone get Liam in here so I can explain it.
With the balloon holster, you can carry loads
Someone
more
wake Liam up.
non-explodable luminous balloons.
How much is this Bertie Bott's beanbag?
20 Bertie Bott's every flavour beans.
I'd like to buy that, please.
You can now carry more Bertie Bott's every flavour beans, Harry.
But yeah, so now we're done with Fred and George completely. So bye. So now we can start doing trading. So these girls want to trade with us.
Do you collect famous witches and wizards cards? I'll give you card number 94.
Who are you looking
Burton
at?
Graves for number 31, Balfour Blaine.
Okay.
Yeah, no, we're going over estimate. That's
Here
like
you are.
that's happening. So, but it's fine because the next one is mine anyway. So we just cut into that, and that's a showcase, so we can just take some time out of that.
Card number 81, Kwang Po, for number 43, Cyprian Yaudel.
Okay, let's swap. Here you are.
Yeah, no, this category is really long after chamber.
Number 81, Kwang Po.
Okay, there's a card in here. This is Dumbledore.
Number 100, Albus Dumbledore.
And then technically you can take it down. There's a secret passage there, and it's a staircase down to the 4th floor, but it's slower. So we will not be taking it. But we do need to go to the 4th floor anyway. Now we need to trade. You, give me your card.
Famous witches and wizards cards. Do you? I'll give you card number 75, Mungo Bunham, for number 13, Andros.
Yeah, purple is Hufflepuff in this
Okay,
game.
let's swap. Here you are. Number 75, Mungo Bonham.
I collect famous witches and wizards cards. Do you? I'll give you a card number 61, Havelock Sweeting, for number 77, Norval Twonk.
Okay, let's swap. Here you are.
Friendly reminder to donate.
Number 61, Havelock Sweeting.
It's for a great cause, the Trevor Project.
Do you collect famous witches and wizards cards?
Suicide hotline
I'll give you card number 78, Orsino Thruston, for number 98, Dipfna Fromage.
Okay, let's swap.
But, yeah,
here you are.
It's a charity, suicide prevention and education for the LGBTQ plus
Number
community.
78, Orsino Thruston.
It's a great cause. And if you collectively donate $45, SOS is gonna sing me happy birthday, because it's my birthday in 2 days. And that's a great cause. That's like a great cause times 2, you know?
Those are two votes.
Clearly greater than the other. I'm not gonna say which one it is, but you know, you can decide for yourself. And with that, vote for what country you want to see in the political. Personally, I want to see the country make. I had to go to. I paid $5. Okay? I paid $5. I'm poor. Okay? I'm doing my best here. But yes. You're right! Yes, the HP2 pictures! That's Flo's birthday present for me. He said it was going to be a good one. It's going to be great. I mean, that's almost as great as a birthday something myself.
More beans.
What is that command?
Hmm?
What's the slightly mad command? What's the story behind that?
I think it's from the HP4 PC run. But I'm not sure, I just got a message from Liam that just said, SLS had this, so I added it. Cool. We need 90. Okay. So all we have left is to do some more trading and then new gnome tossing. So we shouldn't be too far over estimate, hopefully. If I can remember who gave me the card. Look at me when I'm talking to you.
I'll give you card number 23.
Excuse me,
Glenda
I'm the boy who
for
lived.
Number
Look at me.
27, Mirabella Plunkett. Okay, let's swap. Here you are. Number 23.
I think it's this girl.
Glenda Chittock.
No, this girl.
I'm going to try out for the Quidditch team next term.
I'm
I
going
could not
to
care
Outer
less.
Mongolia for my holiday this
Oh my god, I could not care less. Is it you? Is it you?
Do you collect famous
Yes, it's
witches
you.
and wizard cards? I'll give you card number 2, Cornelius Agrippa, for a number 59, Gregory the Smarmy.
Okay.
Okay, let's swap. Here you are. Number 2, Cornelius
And then
Agrippa.
I think it's you.
You played really well in yesterday's match, Potter.
I've done you. No, I haven't done you.
Do you collect famous witches and wizard cards?
There is.
Number 36,
All I have to do is go and do
Jocelyn
gnome
Woodcock
tossing and
for
another
number
broom race, and then I'm
84,
basically
Ronan
done.
Keck.
So, a couple minutes.
Okay, let's swap. Here you are. Number 36, Jocelyn Woodcock.
And then, yeah, it just means a slightly shorter debug, but that's fine. Yeah, no, there's enough time for you to get some water whip, as long as you run all the way back. Depends if this is first try or not.
Guys! We got a donation! So here's the great news. It's from Rescudo. It says Go Nordics. So it got put towards Nordics, which means Nordic, or the country Nordics, is now the lead by $3.
Why don't you have a go?
Oh, wow.
Wow,
okay.
It'll cost 40 beans.
So thank you to Rescudo for that $30. So guys, here's the deal, right? We still have 15 bucks to go. Okay? We have 15 bucks to go, and I'm gonna get my happy birthday song, alright? We can do this. Risky's in the chat. She doesn't be funny. But so if 3 people could donate 5, that would be great. It would make my dreams come true. And it's for a good cause. The project I'm talking about.
It's for a great cause. My birthday.
Both, you know. Some people like to have emotional connection, or they are driven by emotional connection. So those people will donate because it's for my birthday song, and then other people are cause driven, and a greater purpose, and those will be driven by knowing that the Cherry Project is a great charity.
Why don't you have
that
a try?
supports the LGBTQ+ community. So you can't go wrong with donating, unless you're struggling to pay rent or your food. So yeah.
Okay, come on. This is the most annoying one, because you have to get a double of some kind. Gnome tossing is just funny though, because 3 of the gnome tossings I've done have been first try, and then the other one was third try, and then this is, I think, yeah, third or fourth try, and then this is gonna be third or fourth try. It just loses a lot of time. There's not been a single world record yet with all first try.
Hello, Harry. Like to throw some gnomes and beat the record? It'll cost 40 beans.
Oh, that went for the gold ring. Once again, these rings, I don't understand their collision.
So SOS.
Yes.
Am I going to get like 60% of a birthday song? You end it once you're 60% in?
Yeah, you get the first 2 lines and then a happy.
Alright. I mean, I'll take what I can get at this point.
you don't get your name.
So I get like 2. Yeah. Well, I know.
Why
it's
don't you
for
have a
me.
go
I
at
don't need
beating the
name.
current known
In my
flame
heart,
record,
in my
Harry?
heart, I
This'll
know
cost
it's
50 beans.
Or someone can just donate. Donate so probably get to like 49. Everyone is 49. So donate 14. If someone donates $14, I get like 90% of the birthday. So.
Your birthday wasn't during a charity event, Nick. Whip. Also, I'm in much higher demand nowadays with my vocal talents. I can't be throwing it around everywhere. Haha. Okay, can I get this? Come on. Double? No. Isn't this fun? This is what you call fun, interactive gameplay.
Bet you can't throw a gnome further than the current record, Potter. Fancy a try? It'll cost you.
Is that going to go through? No. Okay. They're all lining up fairly well. So let's see if we can get this. That was too far to the left. I say that as if there's only a way of controlling that. Yay! We did it! Thank God.
Have a wizard card for beating the record.
Number 20. Wendelin the Weird.
Also, that's what happens if you target when you leave.
It's
the camera
Harry
breaks.
Potter, isn't it? Fancy a race? It'll cost 50 beans.
Yes, please. Final race. Now is when we fail this race and then I have to go and farm for more beans. Move out the way. It wasn't there originally. To go to be fair, Scourge Skip, that's the first time I failed it, I think, ever. Really, in a run. And it wasn't my fault, it was because the controller double inputted, because my controller is really bad and I need to buy a new one. And there's also more time lost because of the new routes, because it requires getting the upgrades.
You won well, Potter. Have this wizard card.
So yeah, originally there was a lot more time leniency, but also debug was actually after the next race originally, and then it got swapped around. Which, you know, thank goodness, because, yeah. Anyway, time's coming up soon, Whip, by the way. Sorry, I should have said. I need to talk to Dumbledore, and then it's time once I head into the
Harry,
Great Hall.
I see that you now have 100 unique
Quickly
famous
donate.
witches and wizards cards in your folio magi. Please, take this card to complete your collection.
Wow, thanks, Professor Dumbledore.
Give me my card. I'm getting the Harry Potter card. Yeah, so once the loading screen appears,
Number 101.
after going in here is where
Harry
time
Potter.
finishes.
Wicked.
So
So
the
time.
The birthday song donation will be after the debug, right?
We come
So
to
we
the
have
end
the
of
debug.
another most
Sure.
eventful year at Hogwarts.
Sure, Gene.
And so, for their
348. Yeah, that makes sense.
outstanding commitment to the school,
So technically, that's not world record, but also world record at the
present
same time.
House Cup to Gryffindor.
Because of confusing reasons. Still better than second place, which is interesting. Nice. Cool. Well, I mean, we can go over to debug fairly quickly. We'll probably have to swap to intermission quickly so I can change consoles because I have to change over to GameCube. So it might take a couple of seconds just to swap over if we want to go to intermission.
Harry told them everything. For nearly a quarter of